This live stream may contain mature material some viewers might not find suitable.
Hello everybody and welcome. It is the 20th of March 2025 and this is a very special edition of the Level 99 live stream where we are feeling fine all the way up here at Level 99. My name is LDZ aka Lord Diaz and we are live streaming across not just YouTube, not just Twitch, but right here, right now, in front of God himself, Almighty Lord Jesus. We are now live on Kick. That's right. Mr. Pika Fan hanging out with us all the way over on YouTube, and Coffee, not safe for work, hanging out with us on Twitch. That's the beauty of this channel. You can choose your preferred platform and enjoy the content all the same. However, if you're watching this on the premiere later on in the week, this is some experiment that I've been trying, and it's been really helping get the watch time hours up. We're trying to get to the 4K goal, and we are so close. We are actually only under 1,000 more watch time hours to go, and that's how I'm feeling, Mr. Pika Fan. I am feeling fantastic. Feeling a whole lot better than one Dark Side Phil, though. Because boy, oh boy, he just stepped in it, didn't he? Oh my goodness. It's a shame. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. And we have a lot to get into. We got a lot of stuff to get into, but before we do that, allow me to also announce this is hot off the presses. I don't even have the graphic ready to go, and you know what? Let me try and find it. I'm going to do a quick little Twitter. Yes, I'm dead naming. It is Twitter. I'm going to go to my profile. I'm going to save this. Sometimes I look at my own feed and I give myself a giggle. I'm going to save that. All right, we're going to drop that into OBS. Just Sashimi Gami is in the hot. What up, PM? And Connector also dropping in that exclamation point SFX. Welcome. Welcome one and all to the shit show. We got a lot to get into, but before we do that, I have a huge announcement. And by huge announcement, I mean this Friday, myself and Top Tier Rated will do a live react to Kino Casino's leak DM stream with It's a Gundam. That's right. The contract was signed. The ink is dried. Reached out to TTR over Discord, and we had so much fun the last time we linked up and started chopping a slice of bacon off the back of the guy and putting it on the grill. It was June the King documentary, all Seems like a lifetime ago. It's like a lifetime ago. And I sure hope this thing doesn't go 10 hours long like the last Kino Casino stream did. And I've been trying to put in the work on this, trying to watch it and listen to it in the background all day today, so I can at least get a full understanding and context as to everything that's been going on. But this live stream went 10 hours. I watched as much of it as I could. And that's why on this corner of the internet, what I like to do is put a spotlight and showcase Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs, DSP Tries It, Memology 101, and then today a very special opening contest for the evening, the Familia DSP Season 2 season premiere. We're going to kick things off with Lechero's latest 9-minute epic. I saw it live as it premiered. It was excellent. And I also wanted to give Lechero the day one views, and they're looking really good so far. I see them meeting and eclipsing 5K. That's what's up, tubes. And then after that, we're actually going to take a little detour. A friend of the channel, Ludwig World Order, is on deck with a compilation of DSP saying Kino Casino will never snake him. I love it too. And you know what? Let's stop talking about it and let's start being about it. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. We'll fire this thing on up. And let's get into the playlist proper. Oh my.
New robust style comics from Lechero are finally out. Collect all 4 comic books, like Creatures or Deadpool and Wolverine.
$110.09 from PayPal.
Great reference right there.
When Domino's Pizza delivers, make sure you give them the gate code to your private community. Quality comes first with Domino's. We custom bake each pizza with an Italian-style flair, with some flavorful, meaningful ingredients that burst into your mouth. Get the Supreme-style pizza today. Only at Domino's Pizza.
I love these.
Are you looking to have a
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
aquarium, or wildlife park in your backyard? We'll get it in the house. With the new
Tell me how all the sounds sound. By the way, let me just go ahead and say, guys, I thought I was the deaf one. That's right, I'm going to call y'all out. I listened to the last episode of the last live stream that we did together, and I said, guys, please tell me how my microphone sounds. Tell me how my microphone sounds. And y'all said it was good. And I listened back to it, and I may be deaf in one ear, but boy, oh boy, was I hurting sitting through all of that. The mic was too loud. It was too crispy. It did not sound the way that I wanted it to. So, y'all need to step up. It's like, I'm just kidding. You know I loves you. Chow had the Domino's stuffed crust pizza, and it was pretty good. I fucks with the stuffed crust pizza heavy as well. You are also a person of culture. Narkill, also a hearing impaired style individual. My comrade, my brother in arms. I'll allow it.
Then put the seeds on it and watch it grow in about 2 weeks. Unfortunately, the instructions aren't clear. I thought it would grow without the water. You can get a robust variety of wildlife animals
I love
to have in your home.
the sound of it. The sound of the DSP
today.
voice. And thank you, Coffee, for cashing in that exclamation point DSP sound effect. You too can be a part of the show. Season 2 hype, let's go.
Jordan Fadeaway super chatted $1.99. DSP loves the self-felt crust pizza.
Jordan Fadeaway, You are my stuffed crust pizza, and call me DSP, because I love you. Thank you so much for the $1.99. And you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and everybody in between. We just hit the go. Give yourselves a round of applause. And I am a man of my word, which means I will now take this Dr. Solomon's eavesdrops and I will supplant one under my tongue. And as Tabletop Bong, my fellow Canadian, would say, cheers. That was more than a drop. Let's go. We need an actual DSP Chia Pet with the messed up hairline and patchy beard. Yeah, there should be spots on the Chia Pet for Phil where it just doesn't grow. Look at all the cameras, bro. Guard cats on duty.
Phil, can you come over here?
It's busy at the moment, Catherine.
Hey.
Can you come to the kitchen?
It's
What?
Lexi.
I can't hear you. I'm watching TV.
Gentlemen, look around you.
What the?
As you can see, I've amassed the
Phil, can we go out today? We don't work.
Sorry, Catherine. No can do. I have to grocery shop. That's 4 hours. It's 2:20 p.m.
Oh,
right now. So around 7, I'll be back home.
Okay. So when you get back home, maybe we can go to the movie theater.
No chance.
Man, the cat
As soon
voice
as I
sounds so
arrive
good.
To my homestead
It sounds
at
legit.
7, I need to work on uploading DSP throwback content.
You don't even make money on that content, Phil.
Catherine, it's my passion project. I'm a
Passion.
humble person, a little guy at the bottom. I'm not some big-time YouTuber who chases the bag. Can you leave me alone? I'm trying to enjoy my day off.
Right? Right.
Yes, I agree. Stroke face on point. And you can't like
Catherine
not see it
Jasper,
anymore,
I'm
especially
home.
when people
I
put the
got
free
some
use juice on there and
healthy-ass
flip the
bison
video.
burgers, French fries. Yeah, let's see what else we got here. Some healthy breakfast consumable style items. My cherry juice for my gout and the like. A few snack style pizzas for a single individual to consume.
Phil, who are you talking to?
Oh, nobody, Catherine. I need to work on uploading my throwback content. I need you to put everything in the freezer.
Who is calling you?
It's my buddy Triple P. Hello, Triple P. I don't know why my wife is upset. Call you back later. What is it now, Catherine?
Your best friend is always disrespecting me. and
The
you do nothing
audio
about it,
jokes
Phil.
can be just
How am
as
I
good, if
supposed
not
to know
funnier, than the
he's
visual
disrespecting
jokes.
you?
Phil, he called me a bitch and called me fat right in front of your face.
That's just some mid-tier razzing cat.
I'm going upstairs. I can't handle your dumb ass.
Wow.
That's his cope. laugh.
Catherine, what are you doing? No one's allowed in the king's office without a permission slip.
Phil, could we talk serious for once?
What are your grievances now, Catherine?
I
Damn.
haven't been very happy lately. I weigh over 200 pounds, and I don't know how it got this bad.
It's
Timo,
okay, Catherine.
hello, my
I'll
friend,
DoorDash
welcome.
Burger King, and everything will be better.
Phil, you need to stop ordering DoorDash every day, and we need to see a counselor.
A marriage counselor?
Hello, Catherine and Philip. How are we doing today?
I'm good.
Can we hurry this up? I have a late stream tonight.
I just noticed he's wearing
Since
a
this is
whale
your
tail
first time,
shirt.
the
Very
first
good.
13
10 out of
minutes are
10.
free.
Oh, thank goodness.
Are you okay, Mr. Burnell? Do you need to step outside?
Nope. Everything is chill, laid back and relaxed.
Phil, can you please stop? You're embarrassing me.
I have a few questions here for both of you. How did you two meet each other?
Well, I was with Panda
Well,
Lee at the time,
well.
and we were basically roommates. So Catherine and I were texting back and forth on Twitter, and I needed a wife so we can file joint tax returns, thus leading to more savings and more money in my PayPal.
Sounds to me like all you cared about was the money.
No, that's not true. I needed her to make dinner, run errands, and stuff like that.
What about your side of things, Catherine?
I needed a place to live.
How romantic.
Damn.
Okay, can you describe your last argument?
Phil was on the phone with his best friend PPP.
I call him Triple
Phil
P.
calls him Triple P. Anyways, he called me a bitch and fat, and Phil did absolutely nothing about it.
In my defense, I had no idea whatsoever that he was disrespecting Catherine.
Mr. Burnell, did you hear your best friend say these things?
Yes, but I wasn't sure if it was light to medium style razzing.
Okay, next question. How satisfied are you with your physical intimacy?
I'm very satisfied. Overly satisfied, actually.
Oh, come on, Phil. Get real. We are only intimate like...
Fellas and ladies of the persuasion, when it comes to Catherine Burnell, would or would not?
Like once every 2 months.
Speak
Once
your
every 2
mind.
months? Wow.
I work 6 days a week. I don't have
Drop it
energy
in the
to do
chat.
that
Put it
kind
in
of
the
stuff.
Do you
comments.
two do anything intimate at all?
Absolutely not. I don't want to do anything barbaric.
Catherine said no oral activities allowed in the house after marriage. I haven't shaved my balls in over a decade.
Wow, the turnaround.
six
The
days a
turnaround
week,
on this
intimate with your
is
wife
so
6
fast, bro.
times
These
a
are
year.
Sounds about
these are
right.
very
And what do you
recent
do for work,
references,
Mr.
bro.
Burnell?
The company name is Burnell Productions. It's internet content creation of on-demand video and also live streaming video services.
Okay. What exactly do you two wish to achieve through therapy?
Would
I
not
just really
and
wish he'd stop
not.
working
All right.
DoorDash. Also, clean the litter box every once in a while.
Cat,
Also, he needs to stop begging on stream. He can't go one day without begging.
I can stream
I mean,
without
this is true.
begging.
Dumb shit. You fucking slut.
Okay, your 30
Whoa.
minutes is up. Thank you for coming, but you need to leave now.
Can we pay you for more time?
Sorry, we don't do that here. We just do the 30 minutes now. Have a good day, and I hope you find a therapist.
Wow, and that came from a place of hate too. He said it with hate in his heart.
I goofed because I've been very busy and very stressed out this last week. Okay, as I've told you, I have things going on behind the scenes in my personal life that are taking up a lot of my time and attention, and they're really stressing me out. And there's nothing that can be done, and there's nothing that I can tell you guys about. It's just stuff going on, just like everyone has stuff going on in their personal life, right? But because of that, this week it's been hard to keep track of
It's a
schedule stuff.
rabbit for
I'm
kids.
filming the daily wrap. Be out in 40 minutes.
I think looking in the background is like the best part of these Lechera videos.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. No.
Bad moments, reacts, and VODs in there. Meow mix and rabbit food. Let's go.
Living it up, never good lay. Living it up in Renton, but always pulling Hogas. Strap in, LARPers. It's resurgence time. Lechero's familiar. DSP.
Check this out.
As you can see, I've amassed the largest following of mistakes from
There
What
we
a
are.
jackass.
Why does Aquila look so much like you?
Aquila looks nothing like me.
Need more money, money, money.
Called me a bitch and called me fat right in front of your face.
That's just some mid-tier razzing cat.
I'm going upstairs. I can't handle your dumb ass.
Hands up in the air for DSP. Wow. Wow. 10 out of 10. Perfect. No notes.
I'm having such a good time now, but I
Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens and everybody in between, that was an excellent start to season 2. Lechero, you did it again. Chef's kiss. My compliments to the chef. A tip of the fedora, my lady. We love you, Lechero. Well worth the membership. Glad to see my name on there. And thank you so much for helping me get over the 1K finish line. But we're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. We are so close to reaching the goal. What goal am I talking about? There was a way that I could... If only there was a way I could tell you, but we all know that King Be Cruel letting us know whose fault all of this is. Thanks, Obama. What up, Pimp? Just got done watching Lechero, and now we have Ludwig World Order on deck. So I hope to see all of y'all on the other side of this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the shit show. King Be Cruel, I am doing great. Season 2 of Lechero's Familia DSP and Season 17 of DSP Space Gaming has been absolutely insane. Insane, bro. I am still reeling from everything that just happened yesterday. And there's still more to come. Sheesh. And that's why we got to power through all of these videos, bro, because we have a lot to get through. And I tried. Lord knows I tried to sit through the 10-hour Kino Casino stream where they snaked Phil. And I'm only about halfway through it. But we have a playlist consisting of Ludwig World Order, Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs, and DSP Tries It Memology 101. And we will be all caught up, hopefully. And then we may actually be able to get back to the bad moments and reacts and VODs. DSP destroyed by Triple P. It is so, we are eating so good, bros. I can't. It's delicious. Let's go ahead and jump right on in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a compilation of DSP saying Kino Casino will never snake him. They did.
Can't fully enjoy it. I'm being honest with you guys right now. I'm trying to be like really open with you. I can't really fully enjoy this right now because I have this eating feeling. What's eating Gilbert Grape, right? What's eating at him?
He's shaking, bro. Look at his titty shaking.
This documentary is going to come out, and a lot of the people who are like, oh, this is great, are going to be like, wow, that guy actually was a piece of shit. Now it's fun to shit on Phil again. This was the ultimate redemption story.
Dasher Pie, hello there. Welcome.
Canceled because his documentary is so bad. Fuck that guy. Let's
to the Level 99 live stream where we are feeling fine.
I don't.
All the way up here, Level 99.
If that happened, all right,
we are reacting to the guy.
I'm not going to be doing any kind of collabs or anything. And I'm not saying the Kino Casino guys are going to turn on me or anything. Who knows what's going to happen, right? But
well, Phil, they kind of did.
I will shut myself off to the possibility of doing work with other people, and I'll just sit here and do my own content forever. Like a little hermit on a fucking island. I don't care because I've had enough of it. I really have had enough of it.
He's done with it.
Of everyone shitting on me. And I'm not going to even put up with it.
Have you ever heard of DTA? Well, it's actually it's actually NTD. Never trust DSP. And Ice Marbles, big ups. They say prolonged periods of social isolation shrink your hippocampus section of your brain. Phil's must be a chestnut. I'm gonna Google that word.
This has happened to me many
times.
Sounds
fake.
You understand?
It's
and so
fake.
Will this be time number 10 when I try to trust people?
The hippocampus is a site for decision making and committing information to memory for future safety uses. Thus, it has a mechanism to convert short-term memory into long-term memory, consolidating verbal and symbolic thinking into information that can be accessed when needed for decision making. You know what? I think you're right. Yeah, remember, guys, this is all just a big old ploy. Remember how he lied to side scrollers for 5 hours instead of remember how he lied to his audience for 7 years about WWE champions? This is Phil lying to Kino Casino for 8 months. Are you noticing a pattern here?
Number 4,722. That's going to be the last shit show.
Baker than
Because I'm not
Phil's
gonna give
wife.
anyone
Well,
else any more
Phil's
content.
wife
Fuck
is
what I'm
a
talking
beard,
about.
and I will not be taking
But
any
that's
more
all.
questions at this time.
I really am enjoying the ride.
Phil is a closet
But
gay.
I'm worried.
Look at that plunging
It's all between
neckline,
2
bro.
weeks, so
Look
I
at
guess we
that
have 1
hairy
month to
ass
be happy
chest.
with how things
My
are going, and then
man's
it's right back
is a
into
gay, and I
being
don't mean it as
the
a
internet's
slur.
looking,
I love my
you know.
gay kings and queens and everybody in between.
All right, get that off my chest. Anyway.
And when people ask me how I view
because we never had even spoken with each other
homosexual
until last
relationships,
Tuesday,
I always tell
right?
them in
And then
HD.
All of a sudden, we realized we kind of work. We talk with each other. We react to each other very well. And I feel like each one of us has intelligent, interesting things to say in a conversation that are different takes and different perspectives.
Okay.
Right? I think that's really good.
Is it?
It makes it better content, right?
Okay.
I think everyone was saying that. It's working. And if
Remember,
anything, what's
this
happening
was
is because
before
I've been
he
working with
had
those guys,
all of the
people are like,
blinking
"Oh,
shit
so
in the
Phil, isn't this
background.
some
He was
weird
still
space alien who can
transitioning
interact
from
with people?"
his
No,
his
actually,
8-bit
I'm
art
good at
and the
interacting with
blaming on the
people.
lag
Guys, I
shit
used
to
lead projects at my old job.
the
I was the one who was
epileptic
leading
fits that you
continuous
now
improvement projects.
have
I
to
was running
suffer
entire
through every
events.
day.
I was very good at public speaking.
It is time for a
Chase,
radical
what up,
pizza party,
pimp?
dudes. Are we going to do Domino's, Pizza Hut, or Papa John's? All right? I would like to tell you exactly when it's going to be, but I don't know simply because it depends on when we hit our goals.
Dasher Pie spitting facts over here, and Chase saying Phil's deeply closeted. John put him there. Hey, look, John is a charismatic young man. Not my type.
Then we had quite the interesting responses. So we have this from Triple P. So this is a gift of Carrie at the prom.
What is this, a crossover episode?
And I believe this is a photo of people washing their hands because they had the blood of Christ on their hands.
Kino Casino isn't even around. They're on vacation till mid to late September. They haven't said a word because they're not here. How could they have turned on me? It's just, you see what I'm saying? The videos these morons put out, they're blatant lies and defamation and bullshit. They're never truthful. But people are so fucking dumb. They believe that dumb drama shit, right? And this is killing the detractor community. They can't fucking take it. They can't believe it. Like, they actually think that this is like a giant plan. To this day,
that is facts.
saying, listen to this.
There's things that are worth remembering. Do you remember your first Dark Side Phil video? Do you remember the first time you were introduced to this man? I remember. I was watching Chris Chan videos. Chris Chan was my first lolcow. You never forget your first. And I saw a bunch of algorithmic videos from down the rabbit hole. And then they were talking about like the Final Fantasy house. They were talking about Spoonie. And then this guy, Dark Side Phil, never heard of him. Even during his heyday, even during his fighting game days, even during his Vest days, I never knew anything about Phil. Right? And then around 2020, I think I started watching the Chris Chan shit, which then got me into other locales. And then here comes Dark Side Phil. It was down the rabbit holes, Dark Side Phil. And then that was the end of it. Ex Mortis, Chill, Duty. Yeah, all of them. They were the first. And here we all are.
They're still saying that Kino Casino is setting me up. Like, this is still a Carrie-like situation where the pig's blood is going to dump out of the sky onto my head. They're still saying that. They can't cope with the fact. They can't handle
the anniversaries of the Cold Korean, Vietnam, World War II, and other wars, and the heroes who fought for our country. Well, I'll salute to that.
Right? But like, things are very different. And these people can't handle
Timo
it.
says, I got my DSP on my YouTube list in 2014 and 15 or before, but I use DSP as a sleeping pill. All right,
it's just that people take that away from me, again, when they turn me into, the laughing stock of the
Chase says, I watched a bit of Phil back when he was doing Machinima,
with other people.
then didn't for like 10 years, and now here we are. Let's go.
Now that you actually see me interact with other people, you're
Ice Marble says, I got into DSP in 2018, but LTG was my first locale since I was into FGC stuff for years at that point. I love hearing this shit. Thank you. Thank you. King Be Cool says, discovered him back in like 2010, so long ago. Actually, back on 2008. Jeez.
We had a few ideas for
what was I doing in 2008, bro?
And I have been in talks with Triple P. I call him Triple P about possibly doing a pro wrestling commentary show, but that's not going to be till next
Triple
year.
P.
Okay. Basically, we've been back and forth in talks about various things, but just nothing too particularly crazy is going on right now. Same thing with Kino Casino. A lot of people say, "Oh, they're just buttering you up for a big downfall." Hey guys, don't you think it would have happened by now? It was August. It's now going to be December. It's a little late for that now, right? So I think a lot of people were just very wrong about a lot of things.
Oh,
they wanted the worst.
oh
They
my
always wanted
God,
it.
this
The
is
sky's
so
falling,
funny, bro,
Chicken Little.
listening to
But I
him
get
saying
it. The
this.
reason they think that way is because things went really badly for me for many, many years. And now they've turned around. So, you know, but here's what the trolls did. Did you see how Kino Casino completely sneaked Phil last night? Did you see the segment? Where
Siege
they ripped
mode.
him a new one?
He's hitting them
they
siege
turned
mode
on
style.
Phil. They're his most hated, heinous villains now, and they're going to razz him every day, destroy him every day. Phil's downfall is inevitable.
Dasher Pie says 2015. That's when I made my YouTube channel and I
Okay,
discovered
if you
DSP
really
through
believe that, all right, really.
SOG chat.
Go
Vid, I
for it.
can't remember what
I don't
year
even know
though.
what else to say.
There you go.
Like, the world doesn't hate me
D-Day
anymore.
mode, very nice.
Really? There's people who
Yeah,
like,
y'all
laugh
are
at me,
the
but no one hates
veterans
me
in the
anymore like they
game.
used to.
I'm like just a
People's eyes
young
were
blood
open.
coming up.
They don't wanna live in the
I
real world with the
never
rest
knew
of us. They wanna
about
live in their
him,
fantasy where
bro.
everyone, you know, there are
Crazy.
a million sock accounts. Them talking about Kino Casino snaking and turning on me, right? Every possible dumb thing. So screw them. You're not gonna see me sit here and do drama content all day. That's not me. That's not the
See,
kind
I
of
can
guy
do
I
that
am.
too,
That's
Phil.
what
You
you're
ain't
for.
special.
That's why
Everything
I
I do is
you're the wrong
literally
fuck, because you're not
what
gonna
Phil
get that kind of
does,
content on my
but
channel.
better.
But
That's my
that.
modus
The only thing is
operandi.
that ugly
That
fucking
is
mic.
the
He
reason I
doesn't
do
need-
all
He doesn't
of
need a
this.
mic arm coming in from the side. He's not Howard Stern.
Some
He doesn't
ordinary
actually do
gamers.
that. He can have a
Oh,
mic just
okay.
like mine,
Thank
very
you.
low profile,
I was like
off
thinking
camera,
that you
not
were
blocking
talking
shot,
like
but he's
Sons
too
of
lazy to get a mic
Kojima.
like that. He has to use this
SOK,
ugly-ass
but then
giant mic arm thing. Like,
All right, I might be high. All right, I am high.
Like he's fucking Sting, right? He's gonna be singing to the mic.
Canada
and put
loves
food
their
in there. He
weed.
doesn't need that. It's the dumbest mic I've ever fucking seen. It's a piece of shit, and he should get a better one, you know? But that's because
Hey,
this is
let's
modern
go.
film. I grew up. I matured. I'm in the same shoes as all of you. I watch myself from an outside perspective. Oh my God, this is so dumb. Right? I'm such an idiot. Right? I look at all this, all the dumb WWE champion shit. How I lied about
What's like
it
the
for longest
cornerstone
time
of
and
your
everything. I
channel
look at it,
there,
I'm like, yeah,
Pi?
I was a moron.
What do you
You know,
mostly
this
do
is
on
fun.
there?
Now I can laugh about it. But it's like people don't want to just admit that things are different. They want to be like, well, he's the same guy, so that means they're your villain. They hate your guts and shit. Really? Really? And here's the thing too. Right now, if I were to make fun of Ash, if I were to make fun of Andy, do you think they're going to be fucking offended? They don't care. We don't care. We laugh at this shit. You know, the thing is, I don't really make that kind
That's
of
a
content,
deep
you know?
cut.
Like maybe one day I would. I don't know. But I don't really do that. But outside of that, his setup looks good because it's my setup. I just find that absolutely funny as hell. All right, so is that it? I could, but why I don't feel like it. They're good at it. They're funny, man. Do you think that anything that they said on Kino Casino last night negatively affected me and my business or my life? They regurgitated the same stuff you already heard. They laughed at it. They exposed it to someone new, someone who didn't understand the lore. That person now laughs at it. It's, you know, what's the problem here? They weren't sitting there on their stream saying, Phil is an absolutely horrible person who doesn't deserve any success, and we wish him the worst, and we hope that he loses everything.
That was
they didn't
later.
say that. If they said that, then maybe I'd be like, all right, something's up here.
Then maybe.
Okay? They were just laughing at common shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Okay, so now I'm okay with it.
I think the crazy thing about it is, I think,
oh, there's no way. Those people are snaking him.
The days of social media are really coming to an end.
Fuck these people. That's why I don't pay attention to this shit. Or if I see it, I know. It's funny too.
I
because this
know
morning,
a lot of
right, I got
like
both chats open, YouTube and Kick.
I know a
And
lot of people that just
different
don't
names,
use social media
all
anymore,
right?
and
But
they
these
seem a
accounts
lot
are
happier.
literally saying
I'm
the
not even
same
gonna
shit at the
front.
same time. Did you see what PPP said? Did you see what PPC said? Did you see
P2
what Casino said? Did you see what Casino said?
always wins.
Huh? No one in the chat is talking about
Engaging
it.
in some light razzing here on the
What are
Level
you getting at?
99
Why
live
is
stream.
this
Welcome, my friend. How are you? I hope
Yesterday, I
you.
don't fucking realize it's the same people trying
No,
to
you are happy, healthy, and most importantly, hydrated.
So there's no ill will between me and Ash or Andy. Where it's all good. I told them they could razz me and make fun of me as much as they fucking want. You know, I don't.
Phil
I
was
really
his
don't believe there's
kind.
any ill will there,
Yeah.
you know?
No,
Would we
Phil
be
is
working
definitely
together on projects. And
he's
content if
suffering.
we hated each other.
Phil
Are you
is suffers from Peter Pan syndrome, and for people that do not know, and I might even be saying it wrong, but this is my interpretation of the Peter Pan thing. Let's just say you're a grown ass adult. All right. Yeah. So like, let's just say you're a grown ass adult. You know. There comes times in your life where you say to yourself, well, I just can't, watch Saturday morning cartoons anymore. I have to go to work. Or I can't buy frivolous things because I have bills to pay. Or I have to make my own meals because I don't live with my parents anymore. And it's like, these are the milestones, in your life where you can look back and say, oh, okay, so this was when, I was saving money and working hard so I can get my own, and so I can be I can do whatever I want to do, and then build upon that. But there's people who have not experienced these milestones in their lives. And so they're perpetually stuck in, let's just say, the 2000s, because he is definitely, he's the same age as me. I'm not even going to front. He's the same age as me, but he has not grown out of the 2000s. Makes sense. Yeah, you see, I know King Be Cruel understands the assignment. Excuse me.
As you know,
yep.
I'm not doing anything else with Kino Casino.
Oh, and you know what? For some reason, the Sav thing doesn't work.
Doing their campaign to
so I have to manually do it.
We all knew was coming all along anyway. Like we knew eventually
crazy.
It was going to happen. It was just a matter of
same
when,
age as Phil. Same age as Phil.
Okay? Some people
2000s when I graduated high school, bro.
That the Kino Casino is screwing with me. That they actually they don't like me. That this entire thing, these 2 weeks of content, I went on their show. I've appeared in their chat and talked during their show. We did a co-op.
Twitter is the last social media.
The
Live Journal is
thing.
dead.
Okay.
MySpace is dead. And Facebook is a dump fire.
Twitter
Twitter is slowly spiraling out of control, though. Yep, and everybody's trying to make blue sky a thing.
And it's all going to blow up.
Instagram. I mean, TikTok is probably the only real thing.
I mean, first of all.
And I only really use social media, like Twitter specifically, to make fun of Phil and to talk with my friends.
You guys do understand that a lot of these cool positive things that I'm doing, the lighting now that I purchased, this new thing that's coming, it's because I just had 2 amazing weeks. I had an insanely good stream, with the Rich React. I've had an insanely positive.
You know what also messes up your memory? Drinking. Don't drink, guys.
I'm just
don't
curious,
drink.
Right? It's really
I used to drink like a fish. I don't drink anymore.
It's really that.
That was my drinking arc. Wouldn't recommend.
All right, like Mudahar. Like some people just can't believe that.
Hey, military, let's go.
Now do this. They're like, you understand that guy used to go in really
military
hard
time. Got it.
And I'm like, but he went hard on me because again, he's watching detractor content. He's watching the out of context horseshit that spins everything negatively. That's not truthful.
Oh, buddy, we like to stay hydrated here in this corner of the internet. Correct. And if you're not hydrated, you better grab yourself some water.
Now that if really your biggest offense is that you basically grift a bit with your viewers and the way you ask your viewers for contributions. If that's your biggest offense, then I apologize to you for the way that I've acted towards you, because there's so many heinous people right now doing awful, awful things. Correct? You're nothing like that at all.
Damn.
So he's okay with me. I apologized to him for my behavior in the last year, and then he apologized to me. So why wouldn't I want to take a chance? Why wouldn't I want to do something positive and different? Right? Wouldn't you want to at least give it a chance? Especially with the last 2 weeks, how positive everything has been around
I really
here.
wish we didn't have to live through so many once-in-a-generation events.
Because people have treated me bad for a decade. Should I just go like this and hug myself?
Yep, we salute you. Captain Alex style.
Corner and wrap myself in blankets and bubble wrap and insulation and say, no, don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone, Phil. Everyone's going to betray you, Phil. Don't do it, Phil. I mean, the sad fact is, the track record does speak to that.
Yeah.
I mean, my
it does, Phil.
Me.
You are not batting 1,000.
Trusted have betrayed me, right? Moderators have betrayed me. Fans have betrayed me.
Oh shit, right? You're right.
There's been a lot of betrayal around.
We need to call it the 999 podcast.
There's a lot of evidence that the world likes to fuck with Phil.
I don't think there's going to be a next Y2K.
But
I think it would be Y3K, but I'm sure the sun will explode or the economy will crash and then everything will be fallout and we'll have vaults.
That's it. I'm closing myself off to the world and I refuse to do anything or talk with anyone or do anything. That's fucked up because I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. These guys, since I talked directly to them, since I appeared on their show and chat and we had a conversation, and then I appeared on their show, right? They've been nothing
big
but
if true.
And I know it's called
Timo.
blazing. I know
am I saying it correctly? Timo,
Timu. True, but it's on purpose. The way it's being done is to piss off my detractors.
The Level 99 live stream where we are Phil.
The way that they treated me for the last decade.
Let me say this correctly. Phil is having fun all the way down on level 1. Well, we're feeling fine all the way up here at level 99.
They deserve a taste of their own medicine, okay?
Oh, drink up, bitches. You know we got to sip on that shit.
So, all that being said, I'm giving these guys the benefit of the doubt. Why wouldn't I? Right? Now, you're right. I don't know anything about Mudahar. I don't. This will be the first time I will ever actually speak
He doesn't
with him.
know anything about anything.
Twice. This will be the first time I'll ever speak with him. Of course, we'll be playing the game. So I don't.
Big Birds, what up, pimp?
Intellectual conversation.
My toxic brother in arms. I love this man. Big Birds.
I don't see.
Platonically and consensually, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Why should I be afraid of giving people
Big
a
Bird
chance
cuts deep,
when
twists
people
the
are being
knife.
nice to me for 2 weeks, right? I think I'm going to continue. So
Yes,
let's see how it goes tonight.
sir.
Now listen, it's this simple. If ever these people were to betray me or become really mean
Betrayal.
towards me, toxic towards me, or this community of viewers that I have, I would say, okay, bye. And then I would go on my merry way, coming back here and just doing my own thing from now on. And, you know, is there really a big loss? I would say there would be a loss because I have enjoyed the last 2 weeks of social interaction with anyone besides just my viewers. I really have. I like having the
Wow!
ability to
Holy
walk
shit,
around, have
ladies and
fun
gentlemen.
conversations.
When I see people who are perpetually inside in front of their computers or on their phones constantly and consistently, I see the mental decline. I see it in real life. I see it around me. People that I know. Go outside, touch grass, do something other than watch fucking anime in your basement. I used to be like that. That used to be me. I was bullied savagely as a kid, and I fucking deserved it. I was cringe as fuck, and if you're cringe as
And
fuck,
stuff like that.
I'ma check
So,
you.
you know,
I'ma check
I
you.
hope that just
Just the
goes
same as I
You
would
know,
want
do.
you
I
to
truly
check
do.
me. The same way
Let's
that
see
we
how it goes
check
tonight.
the
If
guy.
it's a
If
train
you're
wreck,
ready to
don't feel like
throw,
they're-
if you're
then I
ready
don't
to
have to do
throw
anything.
hands
It's not the end
in
of the
this
world,
arena,
right?
you better
And
be
you know what
ready to
people are
take a
saying?
couple of
Oh,
punches.
You know what it is? They're just waiting for your documentary to come out. And when your documentary comes out, they're going to destroy you, Phil. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. You know what? It's a freaking 4+ hour
It
documentary.
is a very good
okay?
number.
Maybe they will destroy me. They've told me they don't want to, and they're not going to. And if they do react to it, they'll react to my reaction to it. So it has extra context. But maybe they will. And if they do, you know, it would just be
I
another,
can guarantee
just
you-
another day for me.
I can
You know what
guarantee
It's
you
not like this is tragedy.
I probably have ADHD and a touch of the
For me, it would
tism.
be Tuesday. You know, the me, the M. Bison. It's just par for the course. When someone else treats me like
But I
that,
only
treats
want
me like they're, it is what it is.
the
right?
legal speed.
So I
Get
don't know.
me that
It is
Ritalin.
funny 'cause people are like,
That
oh,
sweet,
your
sweet
documentary coming
Ritalin,
out is gonna be your
bro.
downfall. First of all,
I have,
the documentary
I've
is gonna
raw
cover
dogged
everything
life,
everyone else has
bro.
already
I've
covered
only
in the
been
documentary.
high.
The
I've
only
only
extra
smoked
stuff that
weed.
they could possibly cover, that June the King could cover, is my past before YouTube.
But I've
You know,
never done
my early
prescription
days of
pills,
Street
bro.
Fighter and how
But
used to
I
behave
want
very
to.
poorly in that
I
community, and my
really
internet
do.
Antics at that time, which I've already talked about, were very poor, and I regret them, right? And probably the early YouTube days, maybe elaborating more on how really over the top and you know, kind of insulting and offensive my commentary was. At
Hey,
that
well, there
time,
you go.
right? But once it gets to the shit from the last 5 years, everyone's heard these stories. Everyone's heard the bankruptcy story, the bank leak story.
Shout out to
the
my
WWE champion story. We all know.
1980s anime
And it was funny, 'cause I was
enjoyers
talking
out there.
chat
I know
before,
King Be
and I
Cruel
was
is
like,
one.
what's
Project
funny about the whole
Aiko,
thing,
Dominion Tank Police.
Everyone knows the stories.
Nobody cares Gunbuster?
anymore. Everyone's had enough of the stories because they've been going on for so long. and
Ranma.
My detractors just keep repeating the same fucking stories over and over because they have nothing else to say. They just regurgitate the same shit, and it gets tired and
We
boring.
should get Phil into
new content. They don't have
Kratom.
because nothing bad is going on here. I'm
Zeta,
not the one taking your shirt
Gundam
off,
is
sucking
peak. Let's
cucumbers,
go.
kissing cocks. I'm not the one pretending to
Hey,
be a boxer in
yo.
a boxing ring. I'm not the one faking cancer. I'm just sitting here making meaningful,
Whoa!
positive content.
Stop! 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 Bill! Hindsight! It's 2020, bros. We need to go back. We need to go back. Everybody lock in. Get out a pen and paper. Listen to what this man just said. And think in your head, what just happened yesterday?
Boxer in a boxing ring. I'm not the one faking cancer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. It turns out he did.
I'm just sitting here making meaningful, positive content for my viewers, right? So there's no content to make. It's just they have to regurgitate the same bullshit they said for 5 years because there's no content to make jokes about, you see? So
I'll
because
tell you
of
what,
that,
though. I had a shit ton of doctor's
they're
appointments for my
furious that
deaf
I've had 2
ear.
weeks of
I am
success.
deaf
They're
in one
really
ear.
hoping that this documentary is going to destroy me, all right? Here's the truth of what's going to happen. The documentary is going to come out, and I'm going to slowly react to it. People are going to watch it in its entirety. But then they're going to want to see, well, what does Darkside Phil have to say about all of this? And I'm going to slowly react to it day by day. Like I said, probably every night stream, 2 hours a night, I'll be reacting to this. And it's going to take like a week or more to get through because it's such a long documentary, right? People are going to really want to know what my thoughts are. I would predict that me reacting to
Jet
my own
fuel.
documentary
Also,
will be the biggest
Bush.
content that I've put
Jet
out
fuel doesn't
in many,
melt
many, many, many
steel
years.
pipes.
Maybe it won't reach the heights of me doing the co-op react with Rich or to the Rich documentary with Kino Casino because that was co-op and people really wanted to see that. So maybe, but for me doing solo content, I predict my react is going to do huge. It's going to get tons of views on the stream, people are gonna come by, and I have a new audience that are supportive, right? So they're going to come by and they're going to support those streams and content. It's not going to destroy me. It's going to be new positive content for me to make. You understand? Me fessing up to my past
Do you
mistakes,
get it?
me growing from them, showing that today I'm not that person anymore, right? And the best part about all of it is, this is what we were talking about in the chat earlier, with all the bullshit of the last 5 years, the allegations of this and that and the financial bullshit, right? Most people know about it and don't fucking care anymore, right? At one point,
They don't care that I
no, they don't
lie
give
to
shit
my
anymore
audience.
about it. They're like, "I don't
Because
care."
my fans are dumb. They are dumb. Phil is the Pied Piper of highly regarded people. People who are mentally not there. They're easily swayed. Really silly style people.
If every allegation about you is true from that everyone says about all this bullshit, I still don't care. I just like you and your content. I don't care what you spend your money on. I don't care what mobile games you play. I just want you to keep making good content because I like your content. Here, and here's my support. They don't give a shit, right? And the funny part about it is, it's not true. The stuff that my detractors are saying about me actually is not true. But when people are outright saying we don't even
The 1980s Transformers movie, bro. Come on. Come on, bro. 10 out of 10.
care if it is true, we still like you. That's a big weight
Do
off
me
my
a quick
shoulders.
Google
Let's put it
search
that way.
on this
It
Terra
really is.
E.
It means that I can react honestly to this documentary coming out. I don't have to open my private vault of data and expose myself to the internet to prove my innocence because no one
Oh
even
shit,
gives a
I've
fuck
seen
about
this one
stuff.
before.
And that's a good
I've
thing,
seen
right?
things of
That's
it,
a
not
very
the
good thing.
actual thing
So,
of it.
I'm excited. I'm literally
Oh
excited.
my god, it looks like
for
the
documentary to
Daft
come out.
Punk
I wish it
music
was coming
video.
out. I thought it would have been out by now or would have been coming out very soon.
Space
June was telling
Pirate
me he was
Cobra,
aiming for the end of the month,
yo!
and he was very much hoping
That was also a
it would come
Sega
out
CD game.
the latest by the last week of the
Game.
month, but he wasn't sure.
It was
how that
mostly
gonna go.
full motion video.
And as of now, I have no updates. For any-
style.
I don't know when it's coming out. He hasn't announced it yet, right? So,
Spawn Killer, you're an idiot.
you know, will there be some people who will watch this documentary and say, I'm done with Phil? Probably. You know, a lot of people don't know about the insane history. 16 years as a content creator and my ups and downs, right? And the bad things that I've done, that I fessed up to, and, you know, or they don't know the full story in context, which I'm going to attempt to give with my react to the June the King documentary, add my own context and my own perspective, okay? But it's not going to be the end of me. This is not, how could it possibly be the end of me, right?
1979 was definitely before my time.
Even if Mudahar reacts to it, and even if Moist Critical reacts to it, and Asmongold reacts to it, and every fucking ginormous YouTuber on the planet reacts to it.
Phil is
If
such a
fucking
racist
Mr. Beast stops
and a
making his content
bigot,
to
too.
sit down and react to the Dark Side.
And he's not funny.
Guess what? I will still fucking be here. I will stop making content the day that I decide to stop making content.
Because
Not
I'm
what the
old,
entire
boy.
world tells me to do. What I decide for myself. Because I am the ruler of my own destiny. No one fucking else. It doesn't matter what platform I'm on. It doesn't matter
Keep telling
what kind
yourself
of
that,
content
Phil.
I'm making. I will keep being me, and no one's gonna fucking stop me from doing that. Period.
Damn.
No, I'm not going to curl up into a ball. Oh, I can't trust anyone.
He's
I
looking
can't do
like,
anything. I
oh my
can't trust
god, who's
anyone.
that boss in Final
What kind of
Fantasy
a life is
X?
that, right?
That goes
If
like
that was the
this.
case, if that was the
Animus?
case, after my breakup with my ex, what was I gonna do? Be single forever? Because I had
What was her name, Phil? What was your ex's name?
a bad relationship or a
Say
bad
her
serious
name.
relationship and we broke up. Never ever give a chance. I never would have met my wife. I wouldn't have been happy. I wouldn't have had a beautiful life right now if I didn't give life another chance.
Look
right?
at how
So now
beautiful
I'm
he
doing this
looks. Look at this life. Look how beautiful his life is. 70s and early 80s anime was not big boobs and booty like the 90s. Yeah, anime be kind of freaky sometimes. It actually is all the time. But if you like anime waifus, just wait till you hear about in real life women. Whoa, ho, ho. Yo, I'm telling you.
chance. All right, tonight, let's see.
He
how
could
this goes.
survive a nuclear winter and
Let's see
still
how it goes
expect
tonight. I'm excited for tonight. Let's see how
$150
the collab goes. I hope it
a
goes well.
day.
Even if it's a train wreck, even if the game is fucking stupid and everything, just hanging out with some people for a couple of hours is going to be fun. And to have an audience along the ride with us, it's going to be neat. You
Along
know?
the
I think
ride.
it's going to go fun. It's going to be well. I do. I really believe that. And the sky's the limit because if this goes well, this opens up other doors, right? Absolutely it does.
Uh-huh. Keep telling yourself that.
Okay. You will tip me $40 right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That was Ludwig World Order. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you so much. And thank you all for hanging out with us here tonight here on the Level 99 live stream where you are recording this long form style. And then we're going to split the part right here. I'm going to switch over and then we're going to come back and we're going to start off with Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs, the day DSP Gaming died, summarized. And then not one, but two DSP tries at Memology 101 videos. DSP kicks RTU from the interview, gets confronted and made fun of by Rich after trying to expose Triple P. I call him Triple P. And then DSP lost his mind with one last breath of cope, trying to fight Kino Casino, and it's a Gundam response. So, for all of my live style enjoyers, stick around. We're not done yet, but this will be the end of the video that we plan on premiering later on in the week. So if you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much for sticking out through the end. Please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get this channel to membership status. Yeah. And we are closing in on the last 1,000 hours. So if you've hung out any amount of time here with us, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, take care, be safe, peace.
This live stream may contain mature material some viewers might not find suitable.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is LDZ, and this is a very special edition of the Level 99 live stream where we are feeling fine all the way up here at level 99. I hope you're all happy, kings and queens, and everybody in between. We are not just streaming on Twitch. We are not just streaming on YouTube, but we are live all the way over on Kick. I got all three of my chats open. We got some brand new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for not only meeting the 1K goal, but exceeding it. You guys are absolute legends. And then last but certainly not least, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for helping me get my watch time hours up. We are closing in on that mythical, magical 4,000 watch time hours. It's going to happen. And you know what that means? We will then be able to experience the same perks and benefits as most of my contemporaries, Kinda Sav, Broside Phil, Duty Streams, and the like. Member bombs. Member bombs. We ain't there yet, but we're getting there. We are getting there. So, your eyes do not deceive you. It is the guy. We're hanging out with Darkside Phil once again. And we do have a goal in effect, ladies and gentlemen, because we got 1K subscribers. I can do super chats, super stickers, and the like. It is not mandatory. It is not an obligation, but we do have a goal. One super chat, and I will take another drop of my THC tincture. It is a Dr. Solomon's Eavesdrops 400 milligrams THC. I bought that with my rewards points. And Dasher Pie is correct. This right here is the greatest stream in the history of our sport. That's because we're all hanging out together. So, all right. I hope you guys got your popcorn ready. We are once again diving into the vortex. This is Memology 101, or I'm sorry, Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs. The day DSP Gaming died summarized. Let's go.
I properly address Ashton berating my wife again. All right, you ready? He should never have her name in his mouth, and I've spoken with him about it. And if he continues to bring her up, I will no longer work with him. My wife has nothing to do with him or his content, and I swear to God, if he brings her up again in a negative way in his content, I will cut ties with that man.
Catch fat!
Thanks for the money, dummies. Banned.
Not the whole time.
I'm actually a virgin.
See this fucking piece of garbage disc?
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
You know, interesting you say that, Timu, because Super Pup
Good morning, everyone.
sent me a message on Discord trying to get me to click a link, and I was like, I ain't clicking that shit, neighbor.
Coming up, including our idea for the next DSP tries it, the idea for the next Lego set build. But that's not what we're doing today. Sadly, today, we have to take a different course. Today on the show, we've got to address drama, because yes, there is a big thing going on, and of course, I have to bring it up because I really like drama. So we gotta do it, all right? If you're not into drama, if you don't care, then I actually highly recommend that you can go fuck yourself. Officially, as of today, I am going to be doing Smart Guys solo, starting tonight on the late stream. What are you talking about? Smart Guys is a co-op commentary show about pro wrestling with you and PPP from Kino Casino. Why would the show's format change all of a sudden, right in the middle of everything? Well, it's very simple. PPP, on his show, Kino Casino, has increasingly started up with rhetoric that's pretty toxic.
So you know what I did?
Insulting towards myself and
I
my family.
blocked and reported.
Gaming soulmate, right?
Phil's gay. He was gay for Andy Worski. He goes like, "Let me see your shredded body."
Hey,
that's
yo.
weird. That's uncomfortable. That's awkward.
He wanted to feel your shredded body.
Definitely the rhetoric has kicked up, and in particular where PPP starts bringing up my wife, and it really was upsetting me.
But I have a right to call her a big fat fuck because I am one.
For those who don't know,
person
my
of
wife Kathy
calorie.
showed up in my content less than 10 times, and everyone made fun of her.
Hey,
for her
yo,
looks. It really got
pause.
to her. And because of that, Kat started to experience some health problems. Her health took a turn for the worse. Now, over the course of the year, the good news is we just got divorced. That's why she disappeared from my content and hasn't come back. So, after weeks of PPP escalating this rhetoric on his show, this toxic stuff about me, for literally no reason. I don't care what you say about my family members. Say it. I don't give a shit. I really don't. But when you start bringing up me, I'm not going to stand for that kind of behavior. All I care about is myself. I've spoken with him about this
Great
many
editing.
times. And every time I say, this has to stop, he apologizes, and then some time will pass, and then he does it again. What are you doing? We had the conversation already. You apologized for it. Why are you doing it again?
Why?
He won't stop. He's been doing it nonstop, like 2 shows in a row. He basically feels like he just has free reign to say or do whatever he wants because, you know, I guess free speech or whatever it is. No, I'm not going to let a man just publicly bring my family into his content.
Let me address the elephant in the room.
I can't stop him.
It's not a pregnancy announcement. He hit him with the 1-2. Damn,
that's
Phil.
Why I'm not going to be doing a show with this guy who's going to be constantly bringing up my wife in a toxic, negative manner and insulting her in his content. So tonight, I will be solo streaming Smart Guys if people show up.
Right? All my audio style enjoyers might be listening to this going, is he really saying that?
And no one supports, I'll just cancel it. I'm not going to continue to do a show no one wants.
This
so
is
hopefully
true.
you guys will still show up for the show tonight despite the fact that PPP will not be on. Now, I do want to clarify a whole lot of stuff to everyone. All right. First of all, right now, PPP is sitting on his Twitter very hurriedly and scaredly tweeting. The guy's
Hurriedly and scaredly.
He's just going crazy on there.
These are legitimate words, but I've never heard anybody say it in a
When
conversation.
I reached out to Kino Casino and then they responded and we did that initial content. That was something that never
Shout
been
out
done
to all
before.
my
It went
Zeus
crazy
style
how popular it
enjoyers.
went.
That's not
People
me,
loved it.
though. I
They
don't
said,
like
"More,
Zeus at
Phil,
all."
More. Give us more of this kind of content. Then they went on vacation for a month. And I do feel like that sadly stifled
Something about
that momentum
animals
that we
being
should
locked
have
up
had. If
in
they
just
hadn't gone
small
on a vacation,
confinements
I
and
think
not
that
in their
momentum
natural
would have continued.
habitat.
That's the
I
fault.
can't vibe with that. I don't
This
know.
year,
It's my own
discussions began
neurosis.
about
I
more
don't.
content for me
I
to be
don't
involved
slam
in,
other
crossover
people for
content,
enjoying
casino and
zoos.
stuff like
They're
that.
not
And
for
we
me. I
definitely
went to the
talked
San
around
Diego
a
Zoo.
lot of different
That was fun.
But most of them, sadly, have to do with pure drama. I feel there's 3 routes I can take forward as a content creator. Road number 1 is be a complete shill sellout. Take every sponsorship opportunity, kiss every game's butt, say everything is good, give you referral links, ads out the ass.
If there's a pig,
be
you gotta
complete
put
shill. And I
a
would definitely make bank doing
a
that.
birthday
Road number
party
2 is to be a complete
hat
drama
on
queen
them.
asshole.
Save
Attack
the
everyone on the internet,
pig.
cause tons and tons of crap for everyone. It would be absolutely crazy. Everyone would be talking
Facts,
about it. And then there's
Timo.
option number 3, which is the option that I've really been trying
Didn't
hard to
a couple
work
of
and maintain,
whales say
is to
that
just
they
be
were
me,
done with
ask for
Phil after
contributions every
yesterday?
single stream, because that's the only way that I'm going to hit goals and be successful, okay? PPP absolutely thinks the best course of action is the drama route. PPP wanted to get me heavily involved in all kinds of drama and stuff. I kind of turned it down, left, right, up, down, in every direction. No, 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 no. If I go all the way into the drama, I can't go back. Like, if I 100% become a drama creator, there's no way that I could continue to also be the chill gamer. I couldn't do it. And quite frankly, to be transparent with everyone here, many of my longtime viewers reached out to me and said, Phil, we just don't like where we see you going.
They said, Phil.
You have no fans. Nobody likes you. In fact, everybody hates you.
And now I'm going to be honest with everyone. This is something that I've told no one, actually.
I think you should have followed through with the Mike Klum doc. I feel like that timeline would have been better for Phil's image. Yesterday was such a bungle. True, Chase. True. These are facts.
Drama on the internet just to make a paycheck. Drama in real life. Drama on the internet. Drama everywhere I turn. You got to have a break from it at some point. If we go the drama route, I'll be stuck there forever. Once you put on the clown makeup, you can't ever take it off again. I can't just be doing this over-the-top level of drama constantly. It's not going to work. I really like making
I don't know what Epina is. That's a Final Fantasy jingle.
I really do.
From Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
And so I think what's happened is over the last several months, since basically none of the ideas that PPP came up with I would really roll with, his opinion towards me has definitely soured, and he's very frustrated, he's upset. Now he feels really the only way to move forward.
Yeah, he rage quit the project.
All of a sudden, he's to bringing up my wife every stream. Why would he do that all of a sudden out of nowhere? He wanted me to come out today and just explode, but I'm not doing that. I'm just not going to allow the guy to just sit and do
lawnmower spitting facts right here. Why actually work for your money when you can just beg from the disabled? Sheesh. Yeah, that's definitely not that song. But it's an RPG, so we're close.
Just because I want to have him as part of Smart Guys. So that's why I made the decision. You've got to put your foot down, and you've got to have some kind of self.
You got to put your foot down and step on me, Injured.
I have to put up with that behavior and still have him as a part of my content. Therefore,
Psych, I'm just kidding. I don't want Injured to step on me.
So I have absolutely no idea.
I do want to party with Injured.
Guys again or not. I mean, in my opinion, that's just bad business. Smart Guys is blowing up and making thousands of dollars a show.
He's King Dent of Dent Mountain.
I don't understand it. He's the one ending it, not me. It's through his actions. He's the one saying the toxic stuff. He's the one bringing up my wife. I've got better things to do than to get into an internet blood sport with PPP over nonsense. He wants to come on Smart Guys tonight to hash it out. No, we're not going to do that. I don't want to do the drama content. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Are you ready? Gee, do you think I want to do drama content? No, I don't want to do the drama content. So there you go. And that's it. I don't really have much else to say. Obviously, I would hope this doesn't mean that now we're going to see an exodus of pay pigs. He very well might go on the casino tomorrow, and the entire show is just going over this podcast, felting me. And if that's it, so be it.
A few moments later.
Greetings and salutations.
I call him 3P. Oh, that's a good one.
Tonight is really going to be a pig roast.
Shout out to Steve. We're a big fan of Steve.
P. Welcome. Thank you very much.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk about a dirty, disgusting, filthy, begging, boring, bum pig. That is Dark Side Phil. Now, folks, when it comes to calling Cat fat cat, I was under the impression amongst fat people, amongst fellow people of calories, fat was our word. I thought I had a right to use that word, and it's not just a right that I was given by birth. I earned that right to call people fat when I stuff my blowhole with 7,000
How you feeling tonight, Lawnmower? Good to see you.
Not more a day. I work at maintaining calling people fat, my fat car.
And Gira, welcome. Also hanging out with us on Twitch. We are streaming right now. Kick, YouTube, and Twitch.
Back, you pussy bitch. This guy let me call him a liar.
Look, Gira, Triple P is very entertaining.
At what point
when he's eloquent when he talks.
Like a gay man.
That is true.
I gotta give the devil his due.
Because I'm gay. I play WWE.
But then, like, all right, so I was promoting the Friday stream, and I was saying that it was going to be a live react to Kino Casino. I had somebody come into the comments and say, "Did you know Kino Casino are terrible people? Here are links and articles of everything that they've done wrong." And I'm like, okay, I see where you're coming from, and I'm glad that you're spreading awareness. All right, I ain't even mad at you about that. But all I want to do is point and laugh at the guy. All right. I'm a professional wrestler. I've been professionally wrestling and making money from it for 20 years now. Okay. Sometimes you have to do work with people that you don't want to do work with. All right. There's a lot of people that I would prefer not to work with in professional wrestling. but I have to beat the professional in the professional wrestler.
Sweaty men. I'll be honest with you guys, Wings, Keemstar, Boogie, I think they're cute. I do. I think that they're very cute.
Jamaican, what up, pimp?
They're chunky cheeks.
And Lawnmower's doing all right. Just got off work and making some lunch. Sheesh, it's like almost 9:15 over here.
To see where the resistance is at.
How are you, my friend?
It never stopped. I could have.
We're being toxic on the internet. Remember when I used to play video games? No, bro. That's not where the views and the money are. It's in being toxic on the internet.
Life, 100%.
He doesn't give a shit about anything.
Fort Worth Rays. What up, pimp? Welcome.
And the only reason he started getting upset about
well, you can give him the view. We just watch y'all live streams. I'm going to watch it on Raw Phil. I think Raw Phil's going to restream it.
He only cared when the detractors started bitching that he should defend his wife.
I'm talking all this.
And it's not like I'm following Kino Casino content daily. I'm catching the clips. I'm catching when Snort Hogan puts them up there. So like I get it. I understand that like there's going to be brigading against certain content creators. It's very prevalent in the vortex. So I'm not surprised by it. But I don't want
I would have honored his ultimate.
I will literally have a poster. I make posters, all right? I make flyers for events, live events. It will literally have the address. It will literally have the time. It will literally tell you how to get the tickets. And you will still get people asking, where's the show? What time's the show? When is the show? Media literacy, bros. I'm sorry. I'm surrounded by silly, stupid people. All the time. Silly people. I'm done dealing with it. I'm not accommodating stupid people anymore.
Bullshit.
You're right.
I know he doesn't actually care about his wife.
I'm not saying the person that was smartening me up is stupid or Kino's stupid or anyone's stupid. I'm just saying the people that surround me, that have to babysit are stupid.
This wasn't 2012, Phil. 2013, Phil.
Toxicity gets my money. See, thank you.
2016, Phil. This was like 2023, 2024, Darkside Phil. He knew right well that when the detractors
like, is Steven getting these threads full of like tweets
Holy
saying,
shit.
you're going to go on this person's show? This is what they've done. This is what they've...
Yo! Look how fat and disgusting this bitch is! Yo!
How they would shit on her.
She's actually a BBW, bro! She's literally a BBW!
How they would cripple her self-esteem and confidence with what they said.
Bro, look how big she is! Look how big she is!
He exposed his wife to all of that anyway, knowing what would happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fucking scumbag move. How he introduced it was to say, we have an announcement, and it's not that she's pregnant. Poking fun at his own wife's weight gain. Hurting his own
These are true.
wife's
And I think it's because, look, Phil has autism, all right? I'm done dancing around the idea he has autism because he does not pick up on social cues at all. And I don't mean it as a slur. I don't mean it as a bad thing. I'm stating the fact of it, bros. If you're working with the tism, social cues are lost on you. You have to be very direct. You have to be very like on point with it because even still, it'll go right over your head.
And self-respect, so he could more easily control her, so she would be put in her place easier. This is a man who orders DoorDash 7 days a week. Every day, this motherfucker is door dashing. I have to protect my wife. I have to protect my wife. I have to protect my family. I have to protect my family. Ooh, what's going to happen? People are going to, it's hurting my family. It's hurting their feelings. What does he do today to protect his fat wife from being called fat by a fat man? He decides to reveal her medical info to get pity donations. Oh, woe is Phil.
Yeah, don't throw your significant other under the bus, fellas.
Well, she's 300 goddamn pounds. Of course she's fucking sick. When it came face to face, man to man, this pussy, dickless worm.
By the way, are you listening to this music that they're playing in the background? Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs always picks the best RPG music. They're literally playing the Xenogears battle theme right now.
A motherfucking
yeah, he didn't even say it to your face. He had a chance last week.
When it came today, I said, come on then, bring me on and have a chat about this. He can't have a confrontation. He can't have an argument because he knows he'll get blown out like the worthless bitch pussy that he fucking is.
Damn.
And that's just the bottom line because PPP said so. He's just a boring bum. He takes and takes and takes and takes and takes.
Yeah.
50 $1,500 to eat fucking Girl Scout cookies?
Look, everybody lock in because
Not
he
just
is
the audience,
on one right there.
Damn.
Yeah, he took money from them and he promised to get a job.
He's comfortable about lying about WWE champions and spending tens of thousands of dollars a month while his wife goes without a fucking honeymoon, while his wife goes without a fucking day of vacation, while his wife works part-time at fucking Best Buy. Give me a fucking break.
You're right.
He doesn't have any soul in his fucking body. He's a
Damn.
hollowed-out husk that let me walk all over him. A 400-pound lesbian fucking tranny-looking bum walked all over internet legend Darkside Phil. It's a disgrace. He's a fucking joke. Unbelievable.
What was it like having to work with him?
I'm just trying to make a show that's not fucking boring.
Look, Triple P can cut a promo. I gotta give him the dab on that, all right? Look, I'll separate the art from the artist. In terms of promos, in terms of hype, like, you want to have that kind of hype behind you. And as a professional wrestler, if I'm lacking in... Let's go! Rainer Pie, thank you for the follow all the way over on Twitch. We are one step closer to hitting our goal. Whatever that goal is, I don't know. Maybe 530. Yeah. Yeah. And Phil shamed sluts. Phil's aunt was gay. Bro, I love the gays and I love lesbians. And I love sluts, okay? I love them. Shout out to all my sluts out there. I had a feeling. Bye.
It's been nothing but garbage. Oh, there must have been a golden age of Phil.
No, go back. They were all shitty. They were all shitty. He wasn't good. He was early.
That's it. He was early. And he gained a big advantage by being early. And this man has made millions of dollars.
And that's what pisses me off so much about this guy. If you want to get to the absolute root and center and core and nucleus of why I do this, it's first a great creative outlet because I'm able to throw all of this together in the realm of all of this, get my reps in and figure out how to do this, and then use this for other projects that I do that I get paid for. But on top of that, the whole nucleus of why I do this is my spite for these people like DSP, like Wings, like Boogie. And I've said this before. They've been handed opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to become bigger than themselves. And that's a poor choice of words because they're all really fat fucks. And yes, I'm body shaming. I don't give a fuck. They were handed all of these opportunities and they never made anything of it. They're back to square one. They're back on level one. They're at the ground level still after all of this, and they couldn't be bothered to improve.
Where does it all go?
Well, it goes to Jin. It goes to DoorDash. Goes to
I never really followed LTG, but I hear he's also. If LTG, okay, I'll tell you this then. What I know about LTG is that he's an absentee father, and as somebody who had an absentee father, I could say this. Fuck all absentee fathers. And if LTG is an absentee father, then fuck LTG. I know for sure that Review Tech USA is an absentee father, so fuck him too.
Blue lights in the background. And I gave him an audience of thousands. Massive promotional push behind him. I got him an interview with Josh Moon. This guy had tens of thousands of dollars.
Who said I can't unfuck your sister?
He was at his lowest financial
You helped him when he was ready to fucking die.
The guy
Nocturnal up,
for his wife, but instead, this fucking idiot threw all of the money on upgrades to a setup that were completely unnecessary. Flashy gimmicks.
Your shirt shows up tomorrow. Awesome.
Any more viewership instead
Fuck
of
yeah.
things that actually could have
Thank you so much for getting it too, by the way.
Yeah.
You too can also get Lord Diaz merchandise, Detractor merchandise,
We know what it's really about.
and the links in the Twitch
last
chat.
week on Smart Guys, I dared to speak out and actually
Dapper
tell him
Dragon hanging out with us
that he
on
needed to
YouTube.
hear,
Welcome.
You can't rely on the same 20 people forever, sir. If you're just doing these gameplays like
The biggest pain in the ass about this whole situation is that the detractors seem to want to pick sides, and that's obnoxious and awful. Thank you, Dapper Dragon. I'm going to co-sign on that because that's some real shit. There's a lot of... I'm not surprised. There's a lot of infighting in the vortex. We got people telling other people how to detract. We got people telling other people how to spend their money. And some people have good points, and then some people also have bad points. Nobody has the perfect formula. Just let everybody do what everybody's going to do. And I feel like the quintessential bottom line that I feel like we can all kind of land on is don't touch the poo. Let it happen. Let somebody else deal with that kind of nonsense and bullshit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fucking Kino Casino made a bunch of money. A bunch of money last night. They said that they made about a month's worth of Phil's income in one night. I mean, it was a 10-hour stream, but even still.
Lost that spirit of wanting to create and wanting to make good
So
stuff.
to tell other people how to detract, I think is fucking cringe, and I'm not for that. But I could see why other people want to get on their soapboxes and let it be known. I get it, and you are fully within your rights to speak your mind. But at the same time, you have to be ready for other people to push back and tell you, man, that's not how I feel. This is how I feel. I can respect the fact that you see it this way as long as you can respect the way that I'm seeing it. That's what I think. Lawnmower on Twitch says, love all the creative work that the Tractors have done. I remember the puppet that someone made. Man, I'm drawing a blank on that, but if you can hum a couple of bars, I might be able to remember. Because I know like right now, like Duty's got the mug, I think, the pig roach mug, and then the spoon, if I'm not mistaken, the 3D printed stuff. Hey, let's go!
Shitty slop just to pump it out.
What's happening? What's going on here?
And your passion is gone. And it's probably been gone for 7 or 8 years now. That's my assessment. What he's doing is not working.
I don't know why the emoji bukkake went off. That's usually a Twitch thing.
Weirdo fucking whales that force him to bend the knee and submit to them. They tell him what to do.
Someone made a puppet of DSP. Oh shit! You know what? I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen like a YouTube video of it or something. Dark side puppet.
Fucking run down and ragged and pathetic that he doesn't even realize that the first principle of this stuff is to
wage me medic warfare on it in their backyard on the internet. Len the Deranged is getting a puppet made for him. Okay, bet. I finally put in my order for the Detractor 220 shirt. Let's go. That might have been it. You know what? Yes. That's exactly what it was. I'm looking at, if you guys aren't using Stream Elements, that's what I'm using right now. And I have a window and I have a program that's called Ground Control, and it gives me an activity feed and it gives me a multi-chat. However, that's on my second monitor right here. Above it is where my OBS stuff is. So I have the Kick, YouTube, and Twitch in their own separate modules on the OBS thing. But yeah, I'm seeing it right now. Fourth wall purchase. Look at that. Fuck yeah. Thank you so much. The Dapper Dragon, you are a legend. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you. That's so cool.
Pathetic, because the entire show revolves around the support. There's nothing else going on other than enriching him with money. There is no content.
El Crimson King used that puppet. Okay, there you go. Thank you. That's why I like this community. And I have no problem asking and changing my opinion when presented with new evidence.
Sit here and nod along. I'm going to nod along. He sucks and he's talentless. He has no creativity. He has no original opinions of his own. That's bad enough. But the real problem with Phil is the behind the scenes. It's the autistic adherence to the schedule, having to negotiate every single appearance every day. At 4 a.m, this guy gets drunk as fuck on gin.
Oh, wow, really?
He's next to his wife in bed while she's sleeping, doing WWE Champions polls, messaging me all sorts of sad shit about his life. What can you do for me? Me.
He's a taker.
Me. Can you do this?
Yes, trauma dumping. We don't fucks with that. I'm gonna put that in my chats before you're even able to chat. I'm gonna be like, no trauma dumping. We're trying to have a good time here. Trying to have a good time.
For me, and then when it comes time for
Psych, I don't care. This isn't North Korea.
Do this lie detector test with Steve. People wanted to see that.
So when he had IRS issues, the puppet came up. Let's go.
I've pitched him debate shows.
He said no to everything, didn't he?
Everything. It's always for him a reason to say no. Then
and no means no.
He's low energy. He seems
well, thank you, Boost Flow.
Remember, he's a former alcoholic.
But you are banned, gone forever.
After shot. without feeling it. I just want to remind people.
From get the fuck out of my lobby. Thank you.
And ask him to do content with me. Phil came to me and asked me to do content with him. And Phil will tell you.
That's right. This was all Phil's doing.
When Phil got the casino bump and the casino boost, Darkside Phil tried desperately to do drama.
All right, I put it on the vest. You got to say 250 as well.
Making, you know, he thinks he's making fun of me, but in reality, he doesn't understand. You're making fun of someone who's more successful than you. I literally have had 2 of the most successful months I've had in years, the last 2 months. You're like criticizing someone who's doing
I'm
well.
definitely getting the new Doom game.
What your point is? You don't have one. You should know to learn from your betters. Someone who every day is crushing it and making a good living doing streaming. Instead, you made it like a joke, and you tried to make fun of me for being successful, which it didn't work. You looked like an asshole.
It gained no
traction. It's a lot of double speak too.
It was a total embarrassment. He talks about, I would never do drama because I'm a good and moral person.
Yeah, bullshit.
Every single thing that he had been telling his audience that he wasn't about. He wasn't about drama anymore. He wasn't about begging anymore. He was a family man. He didn't do politics or any sort of political grift. Every single thing that Phil sold himself on. During the course of the Kino Casino arc, he sold his soul to me. He absolutely sold out every single principle that he ever claimed to stand for, starting with drama and then moving into politics. He did the political grift, trying to chase my audience, and he fucking failed. Bit by bit by bit, we took Darkside Phil's soul away to the point where even his
look, you could tell Triple P is also kind of autistic because he's really doing and he even said it, so I'm not meaning it in a mean way or anything like that. The John Cena heel turn, and like he definitely has a wrestling mind because he's definitely framing it and projecting it as a pro wrestling thing. You can't, you can't avoid it, which is fine. I'm not against it.
It's Cat. Giant chin, fucking ugly bitch.
Phil sold his soul for
fuck I wanted, and Phil would lay down like a pig.
WWE champions.
As long as he was making money, he was okay with anything you said.
The only thing he cares about is money. Much like how the final boss, The Rock, took John Cena's
I knew
soul
it.
last week.
I knew it.
I took Phil's soul throughout this entire arc, and he's left with nothing. All of the things he talks about, how he's not toxic, he is 100%.
He's the most toxic person I know.
He wants to be a drama streamer. That's why he looks up to me as an idol. He looks at me and he goes, "Oh, there's a guy who can fight my battles for me, and I can hide behind his skirt, and there'll be no consequences." Well, Phil,
62 cents in this economy.
now, Phil. The consequences are on their way. Phil is so afraid of being critiqued that he makes himself a completely neutered, milquetoast, boring, horrible presenter. At least when he was the king of hate, at least there was something interesting to that. And I pleaded with him to go to the sort of character that's like that doesn't give a fuck what they have to say. Everybody hates you anyway. Nobody likes you. There's a handful of special needs people.
Morons. Yeah, he's got a few morons that like him.
A lot of them are legitimately on like disability. A lot of them are legitimately in wheelchairs.
Jade. Shout out Jade.
Of anybody I've ever worked with. He's a total fucking diva. He runs from criticism because the lies that he tells are like the lies of a child. Any adult knows that he's lying and can effortlessly dismantle his lies in real time. He's just a fucking clown.
Review Check USA dismantled this shit, and he was high off edibles. And he's an idiot. Yes, we do stand for Jade. We love Jade.
There would still be
remember, bub, if mad, remember chill.
Make himself out to be the victim. Over and over and over again, he cries and he cries. The detractors did this to me. Seven did this to me. Where you
Jade? Hey, justice for Jade. Jade is in the house. How are you, my friend?
And accountability for your own consequences.
Wheeling on in, wheeling and dealing. Jade gaming.
If it wasn't for the millionaire, he needs people like me that he can point the finger to. And he can say, that's the bad guy. No, Phil, you're just weak. Instead of being a man and rising up, you choose to lay down in the fetal position and die on an island alone like
always listen,
bitch,
feel good. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Well, nobody gives a fuck about your problems. You're a 42-year-old man. And
look, we look to Jade. Jade is our North Star, okay? This is some real shit. Whenever Jade wheels into the room, into the chat, I genuinely feel better. I know that it's a successful stream, knowing that Jade is in the house with us.
Man, there. He's so entitled. He thinks thinks that the whole world owes him a living. And what's crazy is that worldview has never been challenged because people literally do hand him a living on a silver platter. You know, Phil, one day there won't be any more whales because your show will be so boring.
It already is.
Toxic,
It already is.
So lame, hosted by a 50, 60-year-old man pretending to be a pro gamer. You can't just rely on the same 2 or 3 guys forever.
We
He's
love
neurotic
Jade.
and he's
Everybody
autistic.
give Jade all
He's
your
stuck in
love.
his schedule. He's stuck in his ways, and there's just no way to free him.
But make
from
sure
it.
it's consensual,
He's a hermit
guys.
who
We
lives
love
in his house
consent.
24/7, 365.
Yeah, he goes out once a week.
Mm.
He goes out once a week, and it takes
Hira
4
has it
hours
right.
to do
Jasper's
the
also
groceries.
on the white list.
Functional, normal human being.
We love pussy, of
I don't understand
course.
how it takes 4 hours.
But we love cats
Never, ever
too.
stand up for his
And
wife in
Jade is
public.
definitely not
If somebody
Jade.
slapped his wife's ass
Jasper.
at the bar, he would do fucking nothing. He would probably watch as his wife gets fucked in the alleyway by a black bull.
Whoa,
That's why he doesn't
whoa,
go outside. And we wonder why he won't bring me on to confront him tonight. It's because he's scared. It's because he's spineless. It's because he's a cockroach. Oh, PPP victimized me. PPP did me wrong. Oh.
Look at that.
By the way,
Lawnmower
those
says love to
desperate
Jade
men
from the
out of
Twitch
house
chat.
now.
Love
I'll
to
just
see
be
it.
open and honest about this, and a lot of people will judge me for what I'm about to say. You know, I offered to pay this guy's flight and his wife's flight to Florida for the Super Bowl. I offered
Damn.
to pay for the pet sitter for his pets. I offered to pay for his wife's ticket, his ticket, give them 2-3 days alone so they could have the honeymoon they never fucking had. He turned it down because he had to take care of his cat.
You couldn't leave the cat with a stranger, P. Come on.
It would be a traumatic experience for him. He just never, ever, ever will change his ways. He's ungrateful for everything he gets. He's negative. He's draining. All he cares about is getting a paycheck and protecting his fragile, narcissistic ego.
This is also a
And that's
Xenogear
it.
song.
And I don't know, man. I just don't have any respect for Phil. He's constantly snorting, clearing his throat,
That's why they call him a
coughing.
pig.
But what's funny is when he would come on Kino Casino, he wouldn't
didn't do that.
Magically, the snorting and the
Oh,
coughing
here we go. He
and
started.
the throat clearing went away. Well, let's
March
have a look at what Phil
2025,
has to say.
and as you can see, that my former co-host ain't
What a
here.
bratty little
Nor will
bitch he
be
was
ever
here.
again.
Oh, look, guys, I'm all alone.
And I shoveled the shit.
Oh,
Okay.
did you, Phil? Here's why I decided to do the wrestling show with Phil. It was a Trojan horse.
What
to
pit
fuck with
Phil
him,
have now?
humiliate him,
Bunny
shit
dead
like
and
that.
gone? Well, Jade, apparently he has a menagerie. Sheesh. He has a menagerie of animals in there, apparently. The bunny is dead, but there seems to be more on the
He
horizon.
wanted to turn this not only into a wrestling show, but also
Into
a
something
high-end,
entertaining.
Yeah, God forbid.
Something
I don't know,
high-end?
money-making show.
Money-making
So half
show.
the show.
He doesn't
What
want
is he?
money.
He doesn't want a
What?
money-making show.
Bunny.
Heaven forbid PPP wanted to create a successful business venture. I was genuinely going to apologize to him and not say anything bad about his wife until I heard him talk about these 3 paths.
Begs Bunny.
And they're just
True.
nonsense. He talks about, well, the first path is to become a shill.
2
And accept all
hamsters,
of these
yep.
sponsorships.
One for
Yet
cats
still, you couldn't get a fucking
and
sponsorship
one
if
for
your life
Phil's.
depended on it. Then it's like, okay, the second path would to be
Any South
become the
Park
king of
enjoyers out
fame
here?
again. And I'm gonna leave
It's crazy to
bodies in
think,
my
but
path.
South
Phil,
Park
you
is
couldn't
kind of
draw
a
like that. These are
older
delusions
style
of grandeur.
cartoon.
So then Phil's like, well, my only path then is to just beg and do the same shit I've done for years. I'm gonna have to do the same thing forever. So I am cutting my losses, and I'm going to get a return on my investment by now fucking with Phil, propping up this fucking
Richard
pig.
Gere.
It was a total fucking mistake.
I have flown solo most of my career.
I wonder
did
why.
used to-
That's why we love
Every
Jade.
friend that he's ever had. At a certain point, it can't be them. The common
gotta be him.
Hell yeah. How did
Can't be everybody else's fault, Phil.
generation
This guy
race
took
on
all
South
of my
Park become
mannerisms, all of my
so
catchphrases,
sensitive,
and he bastardized all of it.
bros?
Now, we had something else going
Let me
on.
winks, let's fucking go.
And I was like, okay, guys, we have this gimmick.
I remember being too young for South Park.
Sweaty
Oh my
men,
god.
Cards of sweaty men.
Final Fantasy VII and South Park both came out at the same time. 1996,
This is
1997.
card 22 of 150, and maybe that exists.
Actually, only 150 of the super exclusive wrestling cards. Nobody actually cares. They want to see me, shit on Phil for being a recluse, a shut-in, a worm, a beggar, a fraud, a charlatan, a cult leader, a scam artist.
All of the above.
All of the above.
There was a
Ultimately,
fourth
he is
path
just
that
an
Phil would
insect.
never
And,
consider because it
insects are
involves
very good at
Indeed.
surviving. They hide out in dirty, seedy, filthy places. They live off of rot and decay and dirt, and they're only concerned really with survival, much like Phil. That's why
Taste
he's
to
called
mouth.
the pig roach. But eventually, the cockroach scampers
Yeah, we
out
got a
into
bunch of
the
winners
light, and
here.
There's a big boot that comes
Kids
down.
that didn't watch
For those
South
of you
Park
who are
that made the
upset at me
decision for
enriching
everyone,
Phil,
I could see
just
that.
realize that all of it went to worthless
Show
black
me on the
holes and
doll
didn't
where
go to
the
anything
joke
that
touched
genuinely
you.
improved his life. And now his tax bill coming in next month is going to be a lot higher. You're welcome.
Meanwhile.
Good Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap. A day when I think we can actually all breathe a big sigh of relief, because today is a day that is the end of drama. The official, nonsensical, Kino Casino, eventual snaking arc has ended. And so, we will get back to some boring content around here, which is great.
It's just, this is true. I saw the thing today, and it was miserable.
Family members,
I saw the Level 1 podcast today. It was miserable.
I'm done with you. He just basically went nuts today, losing his mind, going completely
1997, thank you.
I mean, his whole day was about me. Meanwhile, I was just doing my thing. This crap show. It was very fun because it was solo smart guys, or as you could probably call it from now on, smart guy. I kicked PPP off the show because I've had enough of his toxic bullshit. Several people are contacting me about being a possible host of the show moving forward, including Ethan Ralph. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I received more support for the show than I've ever gotten before on Smart Guys. I don't get it, because when you were doing that show with people,
I'm already there. I'm already there.
True, but I keep it all now. I'm not splitting it with him. None of that nonsense. You already know there's an installed, established group of people who are going to throw you money. They're brainwashed to do it. It's literally a cult on the internet. I just wanted to go back and beat the dead horse the 100th time to get some more money. I owed the state
salute.
over $5,000.
Well, that was the one in the 1-2 punch for Memology 101. You gotta get high. Yes, revisionist history. I agree. I agree. Man, so thank you so much, Memology 101, for that excellent video, but that is not it. We got another one. Another one.
Another one.
This one's called DSP Kicks RTU from the interview. Gets confronted and made fun by Rich after trying to expose PPP. This is literally the shit that went down yesterday. I was here for it. I was watching Kinda Sav's illegal restream of this with Shroom. It was awesome. And then the Kino Casino, they had a 10-hour stream last night. I saw about 5 hours of it. So we are slowly but surely catching up to the vortex. Let's go.
I owed my tax attorney over $5,000. All of that money, that was phantom money that I didn't have, got charged to my credit cards and completely and utterly maxed out any remaining credit that I had.
Bro, love it. I love these references.
One thing I found funny is that things that I've just said for years, you make it like I'm going to stalk you and dry hump your front door in the middle of the night. When PPP said those things at the time, now you're different because the fallout.
By the way, Philly, you don't understand. I think because of the autism, all of these things are going over your head. But Rich was hitting on you, bro. He was hitting on you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The first thing out of his mouth was a compliment saying how good he looked. And he went on and on and on about it. Phil, Review Tech USA was hitting on you, bro.
You know, he was calling your wife fat. Back then,
right?
It was
Dapper Dragon?
just razzing. What's the difference between when I said something and when PPP
right?
said something?
It really takes some kind of special type of guy. When, in comparison, Review Tech USA looks to be the more measured, calm, and collected person in the conversation.
Would be just as bad, if sometimes not worse.
The bitch is fat! She's fat! Water Weird has gifted a sub!
Why was there a difference with that?
Well, there's two things. Number one, if you have some kind of an arrangement with someone, if you're working business-wise with someone, okay, and you
imagine
know
you have a
mutual
sandwich
benefit
shop
to being associated or making content, then you give a few inches, right? You'll give a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, but he's wearing like his grandma's
shirts or a little bit of whatever it is on your behalf, because quite frankly,
Take
you're
the
also
guy.
getting a boost on their behalf by being associated or making content with them. All right, but just like everything, there's a limit to that. And what's happened is
Kino got filled to buy socks. Yeah, he should be buying a sports bra for them. Thibaut Bibblies, though.
That was at the 11th hour, though, Phil. I mean, there was actually a video where you tiptoed into confronting him about what he said about your wife, and you gave him a pass. Also, too, there's a video that Mighty D has where you were, and this happened multiple times, it wasn't just in his video, where you would be in their kick chat in like the wee hours of the morning, text messaging them or messaging them in their
they
chat.
Look like Bob Burger's characters.
You would give them subs, you would go back and forth. You always say that your time that was what were you doing then? You say your time is valuable. You say you're very busy,
Mm-hmm.
but then you were sitting there in their chat, essentially just simping. Actually, which is funny. We'll talk more about simping later, but that was very strange.
Shout out to Lex.
So, Rich, I have to be honest with you. All right, I'm going to be very honest with you right now.
Okay.
Okay. I do have a plan for this appearance, and it's nothing whatsoever what you think it is. But I want you to calm down.
What is?
I want you to calm down. There's no guests coming on or anything. It's just you and me. I promise you that. Okay. No special,
Okay,
no
that's fine.
shocking twists. No. Oh my God. Gotcha.
Even if there was a guest, that would be fine.
Rich, do you recognize this?
Those are your poker chips, Phil. Yeah.
Correct. This is the briefcase that was used as a prop during
So
the
cringe,
co-op
bro.
react that I did with Kino Casino back in the summer when we watched your documentary from June the King. And basically, it was used as a way to humiliate you over the course of that event.
Hey,
And everything,
Jessica!
was around this chip in the casino.
How are you, my
called
friend?
out
Good
in
to
your
see
content,
you.
said, "Phil, you fool.
The
They're not
MVP
your
of this
friends
and every
because you have their
stream.
memes and your
Everybody,
content and all of that.
Jessica
I'm well
is
aware of
in
all
the
that stuff that you said, okay?
Which was true from the beginning. Everyone saw that coming from a mile away. You were a content mill for them.
So, okay, fair enough.
Fair
Now,
enough.
I bring this up for a reason. And
King
we're
Be
gonna
Cruel
explain
had
it in
an
just a moment. But I have
awesome.
one other
He said
question for
something.
you before I-
He said something in the chat where it was so profound. Whenever Phil says this, fair enough.
Now, I bring this up for a reason. And we're
Whenever
gonna
he
explain it
says
in just a
fair enough, that means he's defeated and he doesn't want to continue to have a conversation with you. That's him admitting defeat.
But I have one other question for you before I actually show you.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the king snake, the animal?
Nope.
You're not.
Nope.
The king snake is a creature, a snake that lures other snakes into its den. Dangerous
Nope.
snakes that are known to already be predators, rattlesnakes and others.
So,
King
Phil, are you
snake
saying you're a
uses
predator?
this trick in order
Hold
to make
up.
those creatures feel safe. And then the king snake surprises those creatures from behind and swallows them. The king snake
Are you swallowing
eats
me, Phil?
hold on. The king snake eats other predators whole after laying
King
traps.
Cobra
Ladies and
DSP,
gentlemen,
I love
this
it.
is the briefcase.
That's
This
what's up, tubes.
is
Oh,
Andy
Jesus.
and Ashton's briefcase.
No, sell it.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, today on this podcast, this is not the Level 1 podcast featuring RTU. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Level 666 podcast straight out of fucking hell. Because today, live on the show, it is time to explain to you how over the last 8 months and the last couple of years, all of my planning has finally come to fruition.
Dapper Dragon says, fun fact, he's incredibly wrong. Surprise, surprise. King snakes are actually very docile. They prey on snakes because they're lucky enough to be immune to venom. They shit themselves to run away from predators.
I robbed Kino Casino. I'm not kidding. I'm not.
How did you rob?
Fort
fucking
Worth facts.
kidding. Everything
Never
that you have
gets
seen
old.
happen, I swear to God, has been part of my plan all along. Because all of you think I'm so fucking stupid. You all thought that this was he got fooled. Had the wool pulled over his eye. I 100%
I
had
snaked
this plan.
the
It's not
snakes.
true. No one believes you. You're an idiot, and it doesn't work. Since
Damn.
day one.
No, I don't believe you. I've been watching you now for
Pig-splaining, love it.
You were full in on this hook line, and so you called Andy your gaming soulmate.
Okay, Rich, I got the receipts. So here's the funny part, folks. All this week,
This
there's been all these
editing
threats
is
thrown around
incredible.
by Kino Casino saying, God forbid that any of these private messages be leaked.
Shout out to
that
him
I
lying
had
to
with Phil,
God.
or we had with Phil, because these private messages would be so damning. They would hurt him so bad. And man, he is hiding from it. And we're counting down to when we leak the messages. I already put the messages online. And by the end of the show, I'm going to give everyone the links and you can all read them for yourselves in full. This was my plan
This doesn't
all along.
sound like 4D chess. This sounds like damage control.
There's no damage
This sounds
control
like-
here.
This sounds like you're just trying to get in front of what they're going to say.
There's nothing to say. As you're going to see and what we're going to go through, everything that they think they have was already planned ahead of time. Every single thing that I told them was either a lie, a half-truth, or something to buy their confidence. So they would...
So, not only did he lie to his audience for 7 years about WWE champions, not only did he lie to Craig and the side scrollers for 5 hours during the interview, now he's saying that he lied for 8 months to Kino Casino and his fans.
This is a certified hood classic.
We are truly living in some sort of like fourth dimensional chess shit right here.
Think that over time they would have something on me, because the truth is, Rich, I'm tired of being pushed around. I really am. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you and the internet right now.
I got school shooter vibes doing this
side scrollers interview, and then the next day,
because those interviews make you seem disingenuous, Phil. Like, think about how simple. Think about how simple would have been to show, like, hey, just show me that down from, which we know is your account now, which we know you're still using, by the way. Down from the rafters is my WWE Champions account. My sweaty man addiction is there. And then you were like, you know, I got to protect my family, which made no sense, Phil. That made zero sense. How does showing a username in a game, that's the equivalent of like showing a gamer tag on like your Xbox
Chase, yeah,
X.
facts. This was such pain.
When you
I had it. I was listening to it while I was at work, so I was like drilling.
Wording. I just thought of this now. I do have
manual labor.
But he was like, so you weren't telling the truth, and you said to him, it doesn't matter if I was telling the truth or not. It's still an answer.
We are
decided for myself.
All of it, all these dubs have been served one after the other.
Actually get over on one of these people who's one of these content creators who's
Fuck it.
constantly
It's 16D chess
and I know
now.
you've heard me say that before. What I think a misery broker is someone who literally doesn't make content.
Fellas, are we misery brokers?
All they do is they look at other people's misery, they report on it, they make fun of it, they laugh
I'ma
at
say
it,
yes.
and then they make a bunch of money. So a day when it's a bad day
So
for someone
Phil
else,
got
it's a
2
good
new
day for them.
hamsters
But in
like
reality,
Panda
if it
got?
weren't for other people, they wouldn't
Ooh.
be able to ever have any popularity. It's the only
I
reason.
see Panda's doing all
So
right
what
for
you're saying,
herself.
This whole entire thing for your casino arc was 4D chess that you were playing them to the point that you would hurt your own reputation and career?
Rich, not only that, I cased
Not
probably
only that.
6 or 7 different individuals who I thought I could maybe get in their good graces.
And you know what? Business is good.
You were the reason
We hit one
that
goal.
I contacted them. You were the reason why
We got another goal to go.
Okay.
Bill seriously needs to be committed. I would send
the whole
the
idea
white
was to get in the
coats
good graces of the casino
to the
to
Snore
find a way to
Fort.
collab that was
Have you been watching Daredevil Born Again? The system doesn't work, bro. They just process you, bro, and then they put you back out on the streets. They can do it all over again.
going to get me over. That was going to get me some popularity, make
Panda
me
went
some
to marry
money,
the
but
new
also at the
guy.
same
There was one
time,
clip
make them
who-
think I'm some kind of a
okay.
fucking idiot.
Like, you are fucking stupid.
I
So that
saw
they
a
will
video. I
always
saw
think
a
I'm indebted to
photo
them,
of like
that I'm always
current
gonna do what
day
they say, 'cause I know what they are. Let's be
and a
honest here.
bunch
We
of other
know
people, but
Ashton,
she
we know
was
Andy.
holding her
These
stomach
guys are not squeaky clean.
like she was
These guys have burned every bridge. They don't have friends.
with child.
Everything that I laid out, every conversation I had with them, every late night bullshit session I had with them when I should have been asleep, every time I was on their streams kissing their butt during them super memberships or whatever, was all part of this.
I'm sorry I don't believe you. I'm sorry I totally don't believe you.
And they think they have something on me. They're insane. How they didn't know.
do.
How they didn't know everything I was saying was fake, I don't know. Because, I mean, I'll give you some examples here.
Pregnant. True.
I said my wife was sick and she had found
There's no
God,
version
and now
of
because
this
I
that Phil
can't do
comes
this
out the
idea
good
that you came
guy.
up with. And they
True.
bought
He
it. I said,
he made it so much more worse. He made it. That's why we titled the stream DSP screwed DSP, because if it wasn't for Phil leaking his own DMs. Like Triple P already, I'm burying the lead here, but Triple P said that he didn't even have the screen caps done yet. He didn't know how he was going to do it. So, and then again, this is all just people talking on the internet, so it may not be true, or there may be a nugget of truth in there. But like, yeah, Phil just did this all on himself.
oh, my rabbit is sick, so I
Detective
can't do the show today.
Detractor.
My mom
Let's
is sick,
go.
so I have to fly. I keep saying
If
sick, like
DSP
every
had 2
excuse when
brain
someone's sick.
cells,
Yet they
he
bought it
would have
every
let
time.
Kino leak the
Every fucking
DMs.
time.
For the most part,
or you were
people
just
tend to
nervous
look
to
down
go
on
do it,
leaking
so you
DMs unless
canceled
they're
on it.
seriously
But the point I'm making here
bad
is
things.
I
By DSP
basically-
leaking it makes him look worse. True. I still think Cat is gone. Not like gone, like divorce, like separated.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and everybody in between, Pro Locar coming in hot with the resub. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the sub. You know, we're now one step closer to hitting the goal of, I don't know. Let's go ahead and shout out Pro Locar, hanging out with us all the way over on Twitch. If you're not subscribed to Pro Locar,
you know what?
give him
Dark
a look.
Souls 2 feels
Follow
like
him
you're
on
stuck
YouTube
in
as well.
traffic,
Pro Locar.
right? You want to get home because you've got to get home, but you don't want to be stuck in traffic. In fact, do you remember the last time you were stuck in traffic? Do you remember the time you were stuck in traffic like 3 years ago and it was really tough, but like you did it and you just have to get through it? Like you don't remember it. Your brain turns it off and filters out that information, but it's useless. This is what it feels like. It feels like I'm stuck in traffic. Dark Souls.
Prolocar, thank you, comrade, because your content is my content, is our content. The type of work that Prolocar puts into his streams and to his channel and to his uploads on his archive channel on YouTube is something to be admired, because he has the descriptions, he has the links, he has the timestamps, he has everything all lined up perfectly. If you are the type of person that enjoys the smaller details and, of course, a very entertaining personality playing video games of all different styles. Dark Souls 2 was a recent playthrough. Grand Theft Auto 4 is coming up on the horizon. I hear they're going to have a awesome intro for that, and so much more. So do give Prolocar a look if you haven't done so already. Prolocar.
Manipulated them as much as I could to make them do what I wanted.
Hates the fact I do DSP content.
And then when I knew they were going to eventually turn on me, because we all
one
knew
day
that
I'll
from
play
the
video
get-go,
games again.
right? We knew they were going to turn.
That's kind of just gross too, Phil. You would say that your family members were sick to get out of doing things with them.
What a complete asshole.
Oh, it's not
one up on them?
No. It's not to get out of doing things with that. It's to basically have a way to make them believe that everything I'm saying is true.
So he's either lying. Okay, so we were talking about this before. There is no scenario. He's Doctor Strange. He's throwing his head around. He's throwing it back. He's trying to find the one way that Thanos can be defeated. And in no situation, Doctor Strange is looking all around the multiverse and finding the timeline that's going to show Phil in a positive light here. So he's either, it's either his mom and his wife and his cat and all of his animals are all sick and dying, for real, or he lied about it to get his way. So,
because no one
Toned in Entertainment hanging out. What's up?
But to beat a snake,
What's up, pimp?
You have to be the better snake. That's the only way to do it.
Oh.
You have to make them believe the lies. And man, did I pull the wool over their eyes for the last 8 months until finally I had enough. And the truth is, I had enough for 2 reasons. Number one, the disrespect to my family.
By the way, Toned in Entertainment hanging out with us over on YouTube was the first person to reach out to myself and Mark Brutal for an interview as soon as we debuted at Breakthrough as the Detractors. So I always have a special spot in my heart. You never forget your first.
Family. And number two, because I wasn't getting anything out of the collaboration anymore. These guys.
That's all that matters. What is he getting out of it?
I've ever seen for content. They were pitching ideas that would have worked, but they didn't have any clout to make the ideas happen. They legitimately couldn't make anything work that would have made us money. It was cancellation, denial, cancellation, denial, after. It was like endless.
I'm not a fan of the casino, but they did have the clout and the money to make things happen. I think the only person believing this in this stream right now is you.
You. Yes, you.
Yes, you.
I don't.
Rich.
I mean, how do you do? So you're trying to tell me
when you hang out with
8 months
because he's king shit of Third Mountain, Timo.
Subs, simping for them like hours upon hours on end, trying to get them to pay attention to you, like they were Beavis and Butthead and you were Stewart.
I hate that style of pick me energy too. I hate that. I hate exuding it. I hate seeing it in other people.
You would be in a better position than you are now. You went, Phil. It's just a fact. You saw that there was an opportunity there.
Jade says DSP only speak lies now. Audience not trust anymore. True.
You were so into all this to the point that you let them shame you, and now in the end, after all is said and done, you come out on the other end looking worse, and you're trying to tell me that this is 4D chess.
Oh my God!
Come on, Phil.
Rich,
come on.
I could never possibly come out at the end of anything looking worse. So we start off with the very first time that I ever talked to them. And this, I guess they've already admitted to this, that it was me that reached out to them.
So you're the Batman. You're the Batman of drama merchants, going selflessly to take them down.
You can call it whatever you want. You really can. But the point here is,
damn, Review Tech USA going in on them.
Actually suggested the react to your documentary. They had kind of alluded
You know what?
to it
And
on
I'm
their
gonna be
show, but they
honest.
never
I'm gonna
thought it
say
would happen
something
because they never spoken to me
controversial.
before. So I contacted
Cancel
them
me
and I said,
now. I've
"Let's
never
do it.
seen a
This is
PewDiePie
genuine,
video.
genius
Let's
idea."
go.
I knew that was going to make money for both of us. I knew that was going to be big. It was going to bring me notoriety.
Never seen a single PewDiePie video. I've never seen a Mr. Beast video.
Phil, I got a pin to pop on this. Here's what I think.
Go ahead.
I think you just your hate boner for me was throbbing. You saw that they were wiping
Again,
the
he's
floor
talking
with
about
me,
his
and you wanted
boner.
in on it. And when they embraced you and treated you like one of the whack pack on Howard
There you go,
Stern,
Fort Worth,
you got
let's
a
go.
taste of more money. You got you thought they feigned friendship with you, which you bought into. At least that's what it seems like. No, better yet.
I've never
I think
seen
it
a
was
Slender video either.
friendship, and I think
And
you
now
saw that
it's
you were getting
Skibbity
money.
Toilet,
So
which
you,
beyond
like,
me,
your
I
nose
can't.
was-
I mean, I
Andy
had brain
Worsby's
rot
asshole now
when
must
I was
be
growing
spread
up.
out maybe like another 2 inches because your nose.
All
was
your
so
base
deep
are
in there.
belong to us.
Like what I think you're doing now. As a matter of
Hamster
fact, I
dance.
guarantee what you're doing.
That was the
now is
original
because you know
shit.
that this is disastrous for you. That you're trying to be like, aha.
DSP used KO gaming voice for Discord calls.
It wasn't. And look, that's fine. But I'm just not going to believe it. I don't think anybody with like a upper double-digit IQ will believe it.
Hey,
So,
Morgana,
we
the
have two
Goblin
files here. I'm just seeing
Detractor.
if I can actually show you. So what I like to do is
Bashing in that hydrate or dihydrate channel point redemption, and you know I keep that thing on me. How are you
So
doing,
you're saying even
my
when
friend?
you
I hope
defended them and
you
went to bat for
know
them
you
with the
are
numerous
happy,
clips
healthy,
that
and
are out there.
hydrated.
And on your own channel, I've seen them because you always say it's always the track. When they're like, oh, they're just razzing me. This was so. You
I do
were
not know
humiliating
Slender.
yourself to get, like,
I
a
know
master
nothing
plan of
about
vengeance
Slender.
back on them?
Nope,
I
nope,
1,000,000%
not annoying
knew
orange.
They were going to turn on me eventually. There was no way they were.
I
never
was an
going to,
adult
because
when
they've
all
done it to
that shit
everyone.
was
They burned
happening.
every bridge. They do whatever they need for personal gain. And everyone knows this. Like you said, you knew it. Everyone else knew it.
Waiting
but everyone apparently thought I was the dumbest
for
motherfucker on the planet.
Queso?
I'm not. I knew exactly what was going on from day one.
Queso.
They seemed to be the only ones who didn't get it. They thought I was
Or
that
you
dumb.
were desperate.
There's a difference between desperation and actually finally taking control of your destiny, which I decided to do for once instead of just being stomped on all day by everybody.
the
Cotton Eye
best
Joe,
way to
yep,
take
I
control
rock
of your
with that.
destiny is to not get yourself
That's a
involved in it.
Dance Dance Revolution
The best way to
song.
take control of your destiny is to
Salad
do
fingers?
rewards
Nope.
for your audience that isn't you eating pizza. Like that those are ways to control your
Damn.
destiny. The way to control your
9/11?
destiny is to make
Anybody
content
remember
that's
9/11?
entertaining. You could say I'm a clown, I'm a buffoon, all you want to, but me getting
Where were you at
tattoo of
9/11?
near my left ass cheek as you as Dracula from Castlevania is bizarre. Maybe it's a little gay too. That's okay, but it's that
A lot of people
it's
in
like,
the locale verse
people
throwing
want
out the gay
entertainment.
allegations.
right now
Excuse
you're
me.
not. I know we're going a little off topic here. You're not
9/11
offering
no
it. Did you
oos.
see the
I
video
think Jade
where
hit it
someone
right on the
said
head.
that the middle manager Phil. Did you see that?
I was
video?
about to go to
I
work,
don't watch any of those videos.
and the first thing I did was make a joke about it on Live Journal.
It's think about it though. It's not.
At the receipt.
Can we talk? Can we
There's
talk
Shrek
about your
5 coming out
microphone
real
setup too as
soon.
well?
I do
You-
remember
Here's about
Shrek.
my microphone setup. What are you talking about?
Because you've given me a lot of flack about this microphone setup, but this is actually technically
Rich,
the correct way. It ties
in
with
front of
everything
me, I have 8 months of private conversations with the casino, exposing them for their idiotic attitudes, the things that they said to insult people that will get them in
Shit, when
hot
I was
water.
5,
We've got
it was
all
all
kinds of-
about
you wanna talk about my
Silverhawks,
microphone? You're for real right now.
Thundercats.
Well, yeah, because it kind of ties into
G.I.
I know
Joe.
you're being disingenuous, making it like this is a
Kill
master
your
plan.
monkey
And
hanging
you're
out with
doing
us.
Small things. It's not about who gives a shit about the microphone.
Over on
Because
Twitch.
the
Welcome, my
point is
friend.
that
How are
you're
you?
disingenuous. First off, you're
Good
not
to see ya.
But hold on one second.
Go
Let me
ahead,
finish.
go ahead, go ahead.
I need everybody to stop. Stop. Everybody shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Kill Your Monkey is here. Let's listen to this awesome sounding microphone and voice.
I don't know why. It's so soothing here. I could stay here forever.
That, oh my goodness. Look, I'm gonna just do it again. I'm such a big fan of Kill Your Monkey. Very chill, very vibe.
Beep boop bop. Beep boop bop bop bop. Okay, so we're gonna.
All right, that was a dumpster fire PNG tuber. Kill Your Monkey.
Actually, I need a sip of my luscious drink here. You're using your dynamic
Look,
microphone
Timo, I'm
right
gonna have to
now,
agree
like a
with you.
shotgun
All
mic.
news that
Actually,
you
if
see
watch PPP,
is
he also has a
bullshit.
dynamic microphone
It
like
all
you
has
and
a
I have.
slant.
You
It
watch
all
other
has a tinge.
podcasters. This is how you're supposed to have the mic. It's also supposed to be very close to your mouth because dynamic microphones mitigate how much audio is around the room.
Uh-huh.
I know.
You,
I'm well aware of this, Rich. I can do it too.
but you're not though because you're using. I'm looking at you right
I
now.
need
on
everybody
screen.
to exercise media literacy. If what you're reading on the internet or if you're watching on television makes you upset or angry, take an extra second to think. Is this how they want me to feel?
The mic up my ass when I do my podcast, Rich. It still sounds good and I don't have to suck the mic.
So no, it doesn't. Your mic actually sounds worse than your previous mic. Many people have said it. You're using your mic wrong, and I feel like you're using
He's
your
face
mic wrong
palming.
just out of pride to get back at
Hey,
me and
thank
other
you for the
people that
first
are telling
chat
you that
over
you're
on
still
Twitch.
Put the mic, get a different stand, put it so it's here near your mouth, and you don't have to have these 8 billion different filters.
And
in
if you're
OBS
over on Twitch,
that makes it sound like you
can
sound
also
like you're going through puberty again. Your voice sounded
use my
significantly fuller and
emotes,
better
including,
before.
but not limited to, anime
Who cares
titties.
about the mic stand in and of itself. It just shows
And my
Phil,
most favorite
how you're
emote, the
disingenuous
collarbone.
and why I can't believe you about this whole master
the
plan.
The mic is what shows
Yes.
I'm disingenuous. And that's why
DSP
you
suck
can't
more than
believe
Mike.
the
Hey,
evidence I'm about to show
yo.
you.
Yes.
Hey, yo.
Also, we could go into too when you got that mini PC. When you just make up facts off the top of your
Folks, if anything, all right, let it be said. All right, I tried to get Rich.
That emoji bukkake only means one thing: the husbando, the boneless one, coming in hot with the raid.
We're both in
There they are. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, Raiders, and thank you, boneless one. If you guys are not familiar, the boneless one, a fellow Canadian. And his better half, Dance Marionette, the glue that keeps a lot of our streams together. Fellow Canadian style humans. Play a lot of cozy style games and fighting games. A Street Fighter enthusiast and overall just an incredible person. If you're not following the boneless one and Deus Marionette over on Twitch, I don't know what to tell you. Do it! Do it! And Timo, I don't know what kind of boobs they are.
King be cruel, king be bitch.
But they definitely titties. They be swanging. But we also got this is a new one. We dropped that one in the chat. For solidarity for DJ Trump over on Kick. You guys came at the perfect time. We're being toxic as hell on the internet. DSP went ahead
I'm interested.
and literally did this all to himself.
No,
This is amazing.
It's not idiosyncrasy.
Bag milk?
It's not idiosyncrasy.
Shout out to all my bag
Phil,
milk style
what
enjoyers.
about- can I ask a question? Now, that mic stand that boom arm that you got, you realize I actually found it. I have it right here. You spent how many hours and you ended up breaking the boom arm, right? Why do you make your audience do your work?
Now
for
that I'm
you
thinking about it, I think
instead of you
these are
looking up?
cutie honey
They're
anime
Sure
titties.
Broadcast one mic.
Or
Hold on,
cutie
don't
honey.
Say folks, don't say folks yet. Don't say folks
I could
yet.
be wrong.
There's a 1 and 30-second mic video. Why couldn't you look that up instead of having a multi-hour
laugh.
stream where you, like your audience's time you have to understand is valuable. Like I got a flash cart that I found in a drawer. I had to find new firmware for it. Not going to get. Point being is that I looked into things myself, looked it up myself. I didn't fire up a stream and say,
Bag
hey,
milk
guys,
is goated,
watch
better
me
for
be
the
a dumbass
environment than
and
jugs.
look how to make this-
Speaking
this
of
flash cart
jugs,
work.
we got anime
These all
titties
tie
in the
into
chat. Let's
why
go.
Anyone
We love
with
seeing them bouncing around.
modest intelligence is not going to be like, man,
I'm not a fucking dumbass, mouth-drooling idiot.
because you
Stace.
yes, please talk to me, Phil.
For a decade, you had a channel called Review Tech
Thank you.
USA. 5 minutes that you have wasted of everyone's time. You have reviewed more tech than you did in your entire decade.
And congratulations, Deus Marionette, with the 155 stream streak. Which is actually not true because we had a previous streak before Twitch fucked it up. And it was 192 stream streak. Yes, no, okay. 129 plus the 155 Carry the 2. It's a number. It's a big number. It's a big number. See, Jade likes jugs. There you go. There's a video on YouTube. Phil spent 3 hours. What?
On your own channel.
But that still doesn't
glass
take away
or
from what I'm saying
death?
right now.
What's
You
wrong
are
with
the
plastic?
master of bad timing.
We are
and
all
how to
full
make
of
things that are
microplastics,
exciting
and that's why we're all
incredibly
fucking stupid.
boring. Good God, man.
284.
Don't you
Thank you.
understand?
How is it boring when
I was a I was a product of a
you
public
aliens would be landing outside
public school
and you would
system.
be talking about how your stove is malfunctioning. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Phil,
We are not
Phil's
here to
doing
talk
the
about a
extremism
microphone.
again.
You incredible buffoon. Could you stop
But
for
the
5
mic-
seconds
no,
and
don't get
just
angry. I'm
stop
not angry.
wasting everyone's time so we can
Don't
actually
get
talk about the
angry.
subject matter?
I am not angry. You also talk. It's what I'm trying to tell you, Phil, is that you see why it's hard to believe you. You also just recently said you can't have another Castlevania marathon. There's
Rich.
only 4 classic Castlevania games.
Rich.
There's a lot of Castlevania
you know, we
games
have to
out
see
there.
And then basically how it fell apart. Also things that they said about Keemstar that I think you'll find pretty interesting. Or we could just look at the very few things that I talked about with Worski. Because we barely ever spoke. I'm telling you. Like, it was such minuscule stuff. Where would you like to begin?
15-year bakery. Let's go. I can't eat bakery food.
All right, guys, seriously. Let's just do it right now, please. Let's hit the goal. You guys are teasing me here. My wife downstairs wants me to order the food.
Not keto.
I said, well, I can't because we didn't hit the goal yet. She's like, yeah, but I'm hungry. I want to eat. I said, well, we can't. I didn't hit the goal yet. By the way, for the record, everyone's telling me to
Castlevania
just dump
1,
me from the
2,
show
3,
because you've already
4.
derailed it so poorly, and they just want me to do this
Symphony of the
myself. I'm
Night,
keeping you on your
Rolando
good
of
faith.
Blood,
So,
the
what would you like
3D
to do?
games. Definitely
Phil,
more
you
than
have
4.
over 1,300 viewers right now. I'm not seeing the only
I
one.
think it'd be fun to hear DSP and Tim Pool talk to each other so that my head just explodes. If there's one style of content creator that I can't stand more than Darkside Phil, it is the right-wing grifter live streamer. Fuck him. Fuck him. I'm an independent. Democrats stay fucking losing. Republicans, look, they're in charge, so whatever. I'm an independent now. These fucking people, man. Tim Pool and the like, I can't stand them. Almost as much as I can't stand David Pakman and Rachel Maddow. They can all fucking fuck off.
Like, you would need to do like 6 streams to get this much viewership.
They're not here for you.
Politics is
They're not here for
stupid.
you.
I hate it.
To tell you.
I'm gonna
So
be
you
a
get this much
politician,
viewership
so
every
I
day?
can
No, it's because I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
get
I mean, you being honest,
escorts
you know, I'm doing this in service to you
and
because I did
do
YouTube
drugs
as the way
with
to get
them
this entire arc started.
and
So I felt like it would be a respectful thing to do to have you on the show.
scrape
while I go
a little
through
bit
it.
off the
But, I mean,
top
if you're not
and
interested-
press 1 if you want me to
be an
stay, press 2
insider
if you want me to
trader.
go.
So I mean,
Let's
if you're not interested, if you just want to talk about mics and shit, we could do that on another show, but that would not be this one.
Pool.
Okay. So immediately the
And
first
Phil
idea
didn't
that I'm going
vote,
to do
yep.
work with these guys.
Because you know why? He doesn't have his
Okay,
license.
This is boring. That wasn't the reason that he deleted
His
Twitter
license
Oh, we know what he
expired.
said. I know exactly what he said. It was because of all the harassment he got and that people were being so nasty about certain things. I get that. And I'm not saying that's why he deleted his Twitter account. I'm saying this is the first actual thing that happened with these guys after the co-op reaction.
That's right, Fourth.
This is supposed to be our first big thing. And
You were
immediately it
right.
falls
I
apart.
heard that
Like,
too.
immediately it just
And
doesn't
now he's trying to sell his
They can't contact
compound
the guy.
because
They
he's
can't
not
get him
getting his
back.
Russian
For some
money.
reason, this is supposed to be the biggest guy in their Rolodex. He's ghosting them now. Okay? So now we'll move on. I think there was like one more here. but
Tim
these are
Pool
just
and Dave
going
Rubin
through
are
with
the
them saying,
locales of the
"Look, he deleted
political
his Twitter. I
sphere.
hope it had nothing to
Hey,
do with
yo,
us."
but
And
you know what though? You know what though? Let me just say something. I think my fellow red-blooded males in the chat will agree. Tim Pool's sister would. I am not a religious man myself, but God was on one when he created Tim Pool's sister.
So Worski says, I think he chickened out. 'cause
Sam
he can't handle
Cedar,
the
Oos.
heat. That's what Worski said right here. That Mudhar can't handle
That
the
was
heat of doing it.
UKMP who spent 200
damning stuff
that
we're going through a lot
daily
of stuff.
lunch money for Yayo and
here,
oh my.
what I'm trying to find. He basically says, I think that.
I'm thinking that like if I need to I've been doing this wrong. I've been fucking up my whole life. I've been trying to stay on the straight and narrow, pay my taxes, pay my bills. No. If I was in politics, bro, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Basically, the
and you'll like it.
Contacted Mudhar en masse, and he thinks that he pussied
So Cat's
out
buying all the
because you're
liquor. You have
Detractors
to
contacted him.
valid
That's what
ID to
PvP
buy
said.
Total Wine.
Screen share that link that I sent you. I want you to explain it to me.
I'm
I
not
sent you
screen
a
sharing
link.
any links. We're not doing any bullshit that you want to do. It's not your show.
Why did you not do it? It's not my show, but you brought me on.
All right. So
I think Phil, I think you thought this is going to be like some like battered wife. Like, yes, let's go. Like, I don't care about I really don't give a shit. I don't care about.
Okay. So I guess we'll continue on. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. I tried, everyone. Really, I did. I tried to make it entertaining. That man is not entertaining in any way, shape, or form. I really wanted to give it.
You wage quit him.
Okay. Wow.
Wow.
I mean, he really did not want to play ball. He did not want to have any fun. That guy is a loser. That's sad because I was trying. I mean, not that I want to be that guy's best friend or anything, but I mean, holy shit, dude. Like,
he wage quit his conversation with Review Tech because he wasn't going to play ball.
And go with the idea. But what else can I say? I mean, that was awful.
Yeah, Phil, and it was your idea.
Snake? Yes! Yes!
I owed the state.
Thank you, Memology 101, for the excellent content. And we got one more to go. Guys, can we do it? Can we do it? I think we can. Let's go ahead and jump right on in. DSP lost his mind with one last breath of cope, trying to fight the Kino Casino and It's a Gundam's response.
Over $5,000. I owed my tax attorney over $5,000. All of that money, that was phantom money that I didn't have, got charged to my credit
Phantom
card and
money.
completely and utterly maxed out. Any remaining credit that I had was maxed. So, lastly, why did it all fall apart? All right, why did this all start happening? Okay.
Why when I'm Googling Ben Shapiro, Ben Shapiro's sister shows up on the
begging when you cut out the begging, dude.
Abigail, that's her name.
And the fact that this show was meant to set me up, it's obvious. Up to then, these guys had kind of been transparent about everything, and I kind of fell. But after that, literally everything these guys came up with canceled because they have no fucking clout. Mutahar cancels and ghosts them and doesn't talk to them anymore. It's a Gundam, which they claim is going to be the slam fucking dunk of content. Cancels, won't do it, bitches out, and then they destroy him behind the scenes, calling him saying that, you know, big talker, but he won't do any content. He'll only do content when it's shooting fish in a barrel. He'll never do an honest show with anyone.
I'm going to say something controversial. DSP is now the greatest lolcow. No one comes close.
True.
All right, there was a time when Chris Chan was #1, undisputed king. But in 2025, no one could touch Phil. He's the most delusional, psychotic piece of shit I've ever seen in my life, and I love it.
True.
I love it. This is my reality TV. What Kino did was great.
Okay. Medicare. Oh, Medicare will be the best, the big one, the big win. Can't get him, can't get him, can't get him. All right, you try by yourself. That doesn't work. So every idea they're coming up with, awful, 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 none of them work. The few little pieces of content that we're trying to do, for example, when we did the Zombies co-op, it doesn't explode or do much, right? So what am I left to do? You know, actually, to be honest, at the beginning of this year, I was probably going to cut off contact with them at that point because I didn't feel like I was getting anything out of it anymore. But I was trying to figure out the way out, or I wanted to do it in a way that made sense. And basically, we were starting up Smart Guys, and I was like, you know what? Let's figure this out together. Let's do Smart Guys and see how it goes. And if the show does well, all right, then we'll keep going for a while, and I'll play it by ear. But if the show tanks and doesn't do
even
well,
in his own side of the story, he provides no
so this long con, start off great. I got
ideas of his own.
Views and support, and it dies out within just a few months. And I'm like, these guys, I thought that they were big shit. They're not. These guys are pretenders. They get hype because they shit on others, but they don't actually have the clout or connections to really make the content that they think
the
they
clout
do.
or connections.
Keemstar, but they're not. They hate Keemstar because they can't be Keemstar. All right? It's just ridiculous. So maybe I did get into bed with the wrong snakes. Here, I thought I was a king snake, and I was going to eat them up, but these guys aren't doing anything for me at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Working anymore, right? So what the hell?
Which way, Western man? An AOC or a Abby style? Abby Shapiro style? I do love me some spicy Latinas. Let's just say that. Let's just get that out the way. Left is best. Melanie Mack, Candace Owens. Yeah. They're all grifters. Like we're merely measuring them by their grifts. Yeah, respectfully, of course. Respectfully. But yeah, I would say AOC.
What a waste of time, okay? So, after the Steve interview, when essentially that went so poorly, and it went poorly for everyone. Steve looked like an asshole because he kept yelling over me. It wasn't a good interview. Nothing new was
but
actually
look, we love and respect all women.
The same detractor shit.
All the women.
Happened to the detractors threw money over at...
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Exactly what happened with Side Scroller. It's the same as the Side Scroller shtick, so there's nothing surprising here. It's just exactly what we all expected. So, all of a sudden, I start noticing that PPP is now starting to insult me and saying like snide remarks and comments. Now, he's been doing it all along on his show, but it seems like it's starting to escalate. All right, it is starting to escalate badly. Like on the show, the Grill Phil segments, which used to be
there's definitely a prevailing theme that there has been Russian money being put into content creators that then get boosted so that they can signal boost, you know, their ideals and such. But I mean, it all falls apart when the money stops coming through, and then they get exposed. So
it's not even paying off. The Grill Phil, which
and it's on both sides. I'm not taking a side. I used to be one affiliation, but now I'm independent.
All it's doing is wasting all of our time and killing our momentum, because in reality, people are coming to Smart Guys to watch wrestling commentary, not see me get grilled. He thinks they are.
Google knows what you're after. Yeah.
At all. Okay.
They're like Abigail Shapiro, Rule 34.
Basically, and again, you're going to see when you read through the logs, which all of you will, me saying things.
Oh my,
about
okay.
my family members and stuff. He wants, you know, we're talking about flying places. Like, I can't fly because I don't have a real ID.
I looked it up. I shouldn't have.
And all this stuff. Again, it's the same shtick, the same spiel, just trying to continue on to get out of doing the shit I don't want to do because it's dumb shit that he keeps bringing up. Okay.
I'll save that one for later. Me when I fake my wife and mom having cancer.
So even thinking that after the Steve show, which was a snaking, that PPP might snake me again, PPP says
Joe Rogan,
no.
maybe?
He's screaming.
But
right?
now they're
So
saying like minus touch is like beating them in the podcast thing. Let me just say this, all right? I used to listen to like Styx Hexenhammer. I used to listen to Quartering. I used to listen to Razor Fist. I mean, and I listen to the other side of it too. I'll listen to a David Pacman. I'll listen to the Young Turks. I used to listen to Vosh. I used to listen to Hassan. But like at the end of the day, it's all just a fucking grift, bro. It's all a fucking grift. They'll say what gets them money. The same way that I watch Dark Side Phil content. Majority Report, yeah. Anna Hesperian, just look no farther than her. She like did a heel turn on the left, and now she is all about the right-wing grift.
The idea was that he wanted to build up Steve as some kind of a supervillain character, that we were going to play games and go back and forth and insulting each other. Super boring.
You cut out the begging, dude.
Who the hell was going to care and who was going to believe that? No one. No one was going to believe that. That was so unbelievably dumb. Like he was going to be like evil Neo, and I was supposed to be the the hero.
Neo wasn't evil,
Neo,
actually.
All the detractors throw him money
I don't
because
understand
he's
that.
me on his show or whatever. It's awful. All right, it really is. It's like grade school level shit. It's something you would see on Nickelodeon. It's not something that you would expect for content on the internet that's going to be popular. Everyone would have cringed. So at this point, I'm like, dude, I gotta find a way to get out of here. Really, like I have to get out of this situation at this point.
Do you really believe that?
And here we go. You laughing at the joke of my wife looking like Piper Niven was not cool, even if it wasn't intentional. I'm not trying to cause problems, but next time I'm going to say something and it's going to be uncomfortable. I have more than enough shit going on, and you know that. All right. So I do confront him about him saying shit about my wife, because this was actually the first time he had ever done it in front of my face.
And Sank are failing at their new grift. True.
How dare you?
Very true.
The bummer is it's up to
you know
now,
what though?
The only
Hold
time
on.
he ever said something about my wife, okay, was actually on his content.
I'll tell you what
so
I
wasn't
miss.
even aware. People would send me clips. People
I'll
would say,
tell you what I
insulting
miss.
You here, there, left, and right, and I'd be like, no. But then again, I'm not really paying attention. I'm not watching the casino every day. I have no intention of watching the casino every day. I don't want to be involved in that, right? But then he's sneak dissing me and my wife there, and then he's doing it on Smart Guys, right? So he says, let's take it back to the basics of wrestling. I told you I had issue with you making fun of Kat on Smart Guys, so why are you doing this on your show? I'm trying to understand it. I have a friend of foe alike now telling me to sever ties with you because you're not my friend and you're using me. I went too far this week. I wasn't treating you like a person, more like content, and I'm very sorry for that. So again, he's apologizing. But what's the point of apologizing if you do it anyway? When you're apologizing for something, but then you're doing it anyway, it doesn't matter. You've already done it again and again. Your apology is invalid if you keep doing the bad thing. So at this point, I know that his apologies don't mean anything either. So what does he say? I want to make it clear, if you do want to cut ties, I completely understand, and I think that you'll do well no matter what. It was at that moment that I decided I'm going to cut ties with this guy. And he says, I happen to like that there's different ways to interpret what's going on, and it's not very straightforward. I think people get invested. I see that you're crashing
I was looking up Morgan Webb, and I got really derailed. I was like enthralled with the G4 hosts of the female persuasion back in the day. Morgan Webb,
he thinks
Olivia Munn.
I don't want to do path 2.
That's where I got my news from. That was my trusted news anchors.
About all this shit. I'm only going along for the ride because essentially I wanted to get more views and money and give myself a boost.
Those ideas, PPP is better than DSP's ideas of looking at a camera and having live therapy sessions. True.
I choose not to believe you. yeah, he doesn't get it. So, yeah, anyway, he thinks
Reminder
I'm
that
crashing out.
all
So
of this is on an editable PDF. We have no proof that this is the whole story or even real
That means I want my wife to be
facts.
treated with respect.
That's why we got to
Because
wait till
I just fired a
Friday
insulting cat for no
to
reason,
see
even
if
it's
this
getting a rise
lines
out
up
of your
with
audience,
what
right? You apologize to the
they
force, you
got.
know it's wrong or you've been disingenuous, right? My wife's taking some time off. You're kind of seething and lashing out in all directions. You'll just never understand that you don't have to respond to everything and see. I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. All right. Then I looked at his Twitter, and this was on his Twitter. It's a fact. I'm not sure why there's so much hostility surrounding observing reality. So basically saying it's okay to insult your wife. It's just okay to insult your wife. Okay?
Damn.
I can just do whatever I want. I can just insult your wife as much as I want. All right? So I said, here's the thing. Way back, a month before, when I had done the podcast, or the show, the interview with Steve, I was told both by PPP and Steve, because you did that and you took a giant beating, and now Steve took all this money from your dumb detractors who are so stupid that they throw money at Steve, okay? We're now going to say we owe you a favor. So whatever you need moving forward, you need that favor. You'll find that in the logs, okay? Because I'm going to put it out there. You're gonna see it, all right? Here we are, and I say, you know what you could have done? You could have just said that you owed me a favor, all right? That's all you had to say. And that because of that, you're not going to insult Kat anymore because you owe me a big favor, right? And I said,
a big
right
favor.
People in my kick chat are saying you've insulted Kat again. This is the Wednesday last
How many
Wednesday,
gin
so your second
bottle
show with
Phil
me.
spend while
I really hope that's not true. I'm gonna sleep. I
you
feel
could
like
tell
shit.
he was
This
already
stuff.
drunk.
I'm sure I'll be bombarded with clips in the morning if this is
You
true.
could tell he was already drunk.
I wake up in the morning, and here's what I have. I owe you nothing, you fucking F word. And I'm scared of you. Why don't you bring me on tonight and see how it goes?
This is what I miss. This is what I miss. This is where I used to get my information from.
Path, lazy bullshit. You have no gratitude for anything. Big dog routine. You're thinking you're
what's her
gonna break me
name?
and run the yard. I will fucking show you whose yard
Kayla
it is.
McKaylee.
I want a scorch earth drama campaign. I can give you that in space.
And she does
Literally,
nudes now. I forget her name.
In the next podcast,
the blonde
I said,
girl.
If this guy insults my wife again, I'm breaking ties and I'm not making content with him anymore. Because I don't have to continue to do smart guys if this guy's going to insult my wife. I said,
what is her name, bros?
Insults me, but he's not allowed
I follow her on Instagram too.
That's all I said. All of a sudden, I'm the big dog who's thinking he's going to break him and run the yard. This was literally going to be the last time I ever had any interaction with them. I was just going to go on and do absolutely nothing to do with them whatsoever. I wasn't going to snake them publicly. I wasn't going to do this show today at all. The whole idea of this show, I have to respond because these guys are literally just going to keep doing stuff no matter what. So I have to at least do something. And if anything, if the one thing is that I drop the logs, so therefore they can't make shit up and spin the logs
drop the logs, pause.
Or say, hey, look, here's an edited log to protect us, but here's the part that makes Phil look bad or whatever. So right now I'm about to dump them so you guys can read them in their entirety. All right,
guys,
you can see
are we seriously believing that any of this was not doctored in any way?
Crazy responses. Get a fucking grip, Phil. This isn't about your wife.
Right? Well, okay, Dapper. It was a different time. The internet was not as prevalent as it was back in the day when G4 was around. I remember it was so revolutionary to see literal intros to video games and full motion videos from video games on television. I thought that was crazy, but now I couldn't tell you the last time I've watched legitimate television. It's been at least 10 years.
And he keeps going. You have no respect. You force every opportunity. You show me
Bill drops his logs when he's playing WWE Champions in the bathroom.
You're a coward. You've been your entire life. You can hide in your hug box, but one day there won't be anyone. He's talking to himself. I'm not reading. I'm not paying any attention.
You're reading it now, Phil.
Your ex-girlfriend says it's okay to break up with her if you're not okay with her abusing you. And you're like, all right, I break up with you. And then she freaks out and goes crazy and is stalking you and is going to all your friends and relatives and the public talking shit about you and saying awful things. I'm going to reveal this personal thing about you and this personal thing. How dare you break up with me? How could you break up with me? You can't break up with me. I break up with you and I'm not done with you yet. So how could you? That's exactly what it is. So now it makes sense. Him offering to fly me.
Speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, the news has just dropped earlier today, but Bill has confirmed that Ethan Ralph is going to be on Smart Guys. What a shit show. As if it couldn't get any worse for the guy. Remember he said, Ballpark Franks, welcome, hello. Quality and quantity. True.
In Florida, and then acting like this when I said I just don't want to do any more content with you. Okay, and he
make gaming content with a good budget. Bring back Arena. Bring back Cheat. Bring back Olivia Munn. Dressed up like Psylocke.
Content with me anymore. Go ahead. So I said, okay, I made my decision. How dare you?
Len found one where it looked like Phil had deleted a KC post because he was responding to nothing. This legit. Then why isn't he just taking screen caps?
I don't want to have to do what I'm doing because this is after the first show on Friday where he had talk shit and exposed.
God and Gout and Gut is really happening. God help us. God help us all.
Escalate the situation. All I did was say, you're insulting my wife. I don't want to do combat with content.
Again, I'm not a religious man. I was raised Catholic, okay? I went to private school. Leave me alone. I tried it. It ain't for me. But I pray to God that this becomes the shit show I know we are all expecting.
With you anymore, we're done. You've been incredibly petty and disrespectful. It never happened. I genuinely want you to apologize for wasting my
Oh,
efforts
yeah.
and let everyone know that it's the case. So let me get this straight.
I gotta
He says,
figure
if
out
you
what
do that,
this-
I will drop the entire thing and
what
move
her
on.
name
This is
was.
the guy who literally apologized for insulting
The
me and my
blonde
wife,
girl.
but then did it again anyway. I called him out on it, and he said, I can't really control myself, but I understand if you don't want to do content anymore. It's okay. I tell him I don't want to do content anymore. And now he says, I need to publicly apologize for wasting his efforts. You told me to break it off if I wasn't okay with the insults. Why now do I have to publicly apologize? For
You
what?
told me.
Are you insane? It really is like an obsessed girlfriend.
We do not
It's
care.
insanity. I don't know why he sent me this.
Very
Because he
appropriate,
knows I'm not
Connector.
going
Thank
to do
you.
a public apology when I didn't do anything wrong. Okay? And then we're not even done. He does it again.
Sarah
Listen,
Jean
there's still an
Underwood,
opportunity to end
thank
things in an
you.
amicable fashion.
Yes.
Don't try to stop you from making the decision that's best for you. And then for the record, he texted me
Yes.
again Monday and says, there's no need for you to ever contact me ever again. You made your decision and it's shameful. That was his
I'm a
last
huge
actual
fan of
text that he ever
Sarah
sent
Jean
me, right?
Underwood.
So, I mean, just think about how insane this is. The last thing I said to him was, there's no drama. You're just going to do the same shit everyone else does, all my detractors. I don't care, right? I'm going to ignore you and move on with my life. He sends me an insane amount of crazy, insulting messages, calling me the F word, demanding that I have to apologize when I didn't do anything, right? I actually did what he asked me to do, break it off if I'm not okay with the abuse. It's all done right now. I'm not having any more association with these guys, all right? And one final thing, because Moon Knight did say, what took you so long? If this was going down last week, why didn't you publicly talk about it last week? Because I had, number one, I wanted to see if they were really going to escalate it and do shit, and I didn't know they were going to do that until Friday when they did it on the show. And I was like, maybe they'll do one show. Oh no, they're going to continue this. All they ever wanted to do was milk me for content. Dark side, fill the lol cow. And I knew that. I cased them going in. I saw their stream. I saw PPP ringing the fucking dinner bell. I saw Warski playing the fucking air flute kazoo, acting like they were mentally challenged, basically being the Pied Pipers to those who for some reason like this really fucking bizarre content of screeching at the top of your lungs or talking with a lisp. I just don't understand it. I don't like it. I outright
Let's get some subs! Let's get some support!
said many times I couldn't really watch their content.
She was in
because if I did, it
Sasuke,
actually bothered me, like,
aka
and, like, I
Ninja
just couldn't
Warrior.
stand it.
What?
I love it. I'm not going to
Let
change.
me do a little
because
Google
these guys,
through
they
real
did me a
quick. Let me
solid
just
by
look
doing
this.
the idea
look
I
this
fucking
up.
came up with and made possible. That made us money, right? Then they couldn't do anything else for me after the fact because all their ideas were awful. They had no clout to make anything happen. Then they're upset that I won't completely change who I am as a person and a creator to personally benefit them. And then at the end, when they say it's okay to, to leave, and I try to leave, it's like a jilted love. It's like, oh my God, how dare you break
Buddy.
up? Now you're
She
an F,
sure
you're this,
was.
We're gonna do tons of content. We're gonna do this. It's like you're out of your minds. You're fucking insane losers. This is them. Is this what you want to aspire to be someday? Yeah, they might have a lot of money because idiots throw them money every fucking day. Is this what you want to look like? Is this your idol? Is this who you aspire to be? These two guys right here? This could have been me standing next to fucking Ashton at the Hogan bar if I went. Why do you think I didn't want to go? This is not my
What?
future, all right? These guys might have all the money in the world, but good fucking God, I don't want to be like them. I am me. I am happy. I'm happily married. I have a great
He sounds
audience that I
happy.
love, all right? I am never going to waste time on this kind of shit. No one's going to tell me what to do. No one's going to tell me to change. No one's gonna
Sarah
tell me
Jean
what to
Underwood
These guys have absolutely
was
fucking
in
nothing on me
Ninja
at all.
Warrior.
Zero. All the shit that they think they have is fake. It's bullshit. It's half truth. It's no truth. They got fucked. Ladies and gentlemen, I
It's a slide
came
whistle.
snaked
Choo.
the fucking casino. They came into my parlor. They fell for the fucking trap. And I ate them the fuck up for breakfast.
Fort Worth, thank God I'm not the only one that thinks that. I thought I was crazy and I never wanted to bring it up, but Phil has a lisp. And I'm deaf in one ear, okay? So, like, sometimes I chalk it up to maybe I'm fucked up and I'm not hearing correctly, but I'm be goddamned if I did not just totally 100% agree with you right there.
The rewards. And now they're going to come out and be like, we got all this shit. You don't have shit. You have nothing. Zero on me. Now, in the months ahead, you know that these guys are going to pretend like they do. They're going to be like, we got you. They don't have nothing. All right? What you've seen in those logs that I just put out there are the only interaction I ever had with those fucking guys. Period. They have nothing. All right? If they come out and be like, well, we got this flaming gun. We got this smoking piece of evidence. No, they don't.
Flaming gun. Not only does Phil have a lisp, but he also has no idea how to say things properly. Like, he'll say a saying and be completely
Because
wrong.
if there was evidence out there of anything that they were probably going to
Smoking
make up,
gun, idiot.
June the King would have had it in his documentary, and my detractors would have already had it. I
My
passed it. I have nothing to
detractors.
do with them. I am now washing my hands of them. All right?
I highly doubt that this guy washes his hands. He says he goes to like brush his teeth after he eats. That I might believe, but I think that he actually goes off camera to drink. I could be wrong.
King snaked the casino. I got what I wanted. I got the temporary boost. It helped me. I got verified on
The temporary boost, that means he doesn't have it anymore. You know? So like, I guess good for you. I guess.
kick. That is it for the Level 666 podcast of how DSP robbed Kino Casino. I'm now done with this shit. I'm not going to speak on it again. Again, if you hear any nonsense from those guys saying anything about me, they have nothing additional. I already gave you anything that they had on me. Anything else they say is completely fabricated and made up. There are nothing else out
how
there.
convenient.
It's all bullshit. I'm moving on with my life. I got rid of the toxic girlfriend who was treating me bad, and I don't care how many
says it
times
with
she
this full
texts and
chest
calls and
too.
tells the relatives and friends.
Like I
and
wish I
everyone
could
on
be
the
half
internet
as confident
that,
with
you
4
know,
times his
I'm a
brain
bad
power.
person because of this and this, or here's his personal business. It's not going to affect me. All right? I'm going to move forward like always, making content, having fun with my audience. I'm sorry that we even had to do this today because, again, I was just looking to leave and walk away. But instead, I had to do this because they escalated it and got it to the point where it was. So now they have nothing to work with. It's all burned. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like the show. It's time to move on and get back to business. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.
Wow. Well, Phil, it turns out that it isn't all because, you know, tax season is coming. And I don't know if he saved any money. Yeah, the next grift art has begun. But guys, seriously, thank you so much for reminding me that Sarah, hold on. Sarah Jean Underwood exists. Former G4 host, former Ninja Warrior. Selling this hot sauce, I think. And we're going to call it a stream. 2.5 hours, 4 videos, and all of you guys. And I know I say this every time, but this was the greatest stream in the history of our sport. I want to take a moment to thank everybody that hung out with us here tonight. And thank you to everybody that's been watching this on the replay as we premiere it later on throughout the week. If you're watching this on the replay, please do leave a comment. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. We're going to go hang out with Chill Murray. Chill Murray's the homie over on YouTube. Now, you know what? Hold on. Is Pro Locar streaming? He came through and subbed to the channel. Wow. And thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate all of you. Go on Twitch here. See who we can raid out to. And do stay tuned. Tomorrow, myself and Top Tier Rated, we're going to be live reacting to Kino Casino, making fun of the guy along the way, and should be fun. If you're hanging out with us over on Twitch, we're going to raid out to Shroom Dukem. He's playing Dent Stranding. Good times to be had by all. So until next time, guys, take care, be safe. I love each and every one of you guys, platonically and consensually. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and hydrated. And until next time, take care, be safe. Peace.